Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, and today we are joined by Pidge.
Hello, I'm a short, brown-haired, thin person. I'm a rock gnome transfiguration wizard.
Kanae.
Canadian. I am a evil warlock doing good for the long con.
Freyrin. Say your name again. Sorry, I would have to write it phonetically, and then we'll start your part over.
It's Freyrin. F-R-E-R-I-N. Freyrin. Freyrin.
There we go.
A healthy dwarf name.
Freyrin.
Freyrin is a thick dwarf. He is soft-spoken and protective and bristling in chainmail armor. His graying beard is braided in front of him.
And Amiri.
Hi, I'm a 5'4" wood elf. I'm also a celestial warlock. And on my left arm, I have tiger scratches.
All right. You are all in the Fire Breathing Kitten Guild Hall. The Guild Hall is a large building with a bar, a sitting area with tables and chairs, and a wall with a corkboard and job flyers posted.
Oh, and before we start
again.
role-playing, I should say for the audience, in case this Pidge is a Nuzlocke challenge, if she dies, she dies. And she can only use transfiguration spells.
A what now?
She's a Nuzlocke challenge character in honor of Griffin McElroy. If she dies for good. I won't revive her past Revivify in battle. And she can only use transfiguration spells. Okay, sorry, I should have said that before.
All right.
And
Well, Pidge, why don't we do the most dangerous mission of all on this board?
Let's do the one where we earn the least amount of money.
right.
I sidestep over to the job
Amiri
posters.
is oddly okay with that.
What do I see?
All right, as you all approach the job flyer or job posting board, there is a job flyer that you've seen a few times now, and it says, "Find cool and unusual stuff? Contact Azreen at Azreen's Unbelievable Stuff." And it's
I like that.
got little tabs down at the bottom that you can tear off and take with you. But as you are standing there, the flyer curls up on itself from the bottom and kind of waves at you, and the little tabs at the bottom snap together like fingers.
I'm going to wave back.
And it kind of undulates and flattens itself back out, and the text on the page changes.
Magic.
Yeah. It now reads, "Urgent assistance required. Paid. See Shoshana Shoshenstar at Azreen's Unbelievable Stuff for details."
Shoshana Shashastar.
I think we should do this one.
I think that is smart.
I agree.
There are a couple of more flyers on the board, but as you go to look at them, that flyer tries to swing itself around in front of the other flyers, and it continues to snap at you.
Oh gosh.
Oh, okay, I think we're doing this one.
Definitely urgent.
It's marked with high importance.
Yep.
Okay, I think I remember how to get to Azreen's.
Wait, this isn't because of Azreen's friendship with our boss, is it?
Who knows? Yes, you all are super aware of how to get to Azreen's Museum of Unbelievable Stuff and Oddities. You get free tickets all the time.
Oh yeah, we're in.
I'm very partial to the stuff.
Mm-hmm. There's several sections of stuff and whatnots.
I do like
and doodads and magic thingies.
Cool. I step outside the guild on my way to Azreen's Unbelievable Stuff.
All right.
I go with her.
I follow.
Yep.
Well, that's a relief. It was going to
too.
get weird if you guys split up this early. All right. it's maybe a 20-minute walk from the guild hall towards the warehouse district, because the museum is in an old warehouse that has been retrofitted. The Oddities Museum is bustling with activity. Most of the front of the museum is obscured by tarps and scaffolding. Big banners read, "New attractions coming soon." And there's now a new sky bridge that's been built between the museum and an adjacent warehouse building that has also been recently painted. There's banners all over it. And there's a big sign that says, "We're expanding." And the posters and signs that are all already in place have, they're like massive portraits of some figures in little fly caps and goggles. There's males and females. And there's a big permanent sign that's already been affixed to that building that says, "See the Daring Dervishes, Aeronautical Wonders." And then below that, "Tomorrow's World Today."
Ooh, futuristic. Well, perhaps we could stop by there at some point once the mission is complete. I love a whirling dervish.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
And you see gnomes just running back and forth between the two buildings, carrying supplies, tools. They're just zipping back and forth. You hear, as you're standing there, you can see several of them are in transit between the two. From inside the dervish building, you can hear a small explosion, and you see all the gnomes around stop for just a second and listen. And very faintly you hear, "I'm good." And then they all go right back to work.
Gnomes. Am I right?
You're talking to a gnome, so...
Oh, yes. I did write that down. I look over your head and say that to everyone else.
Oh.
Well, the job description was it just said to find Shoshana, right? There wasn't anything more to it?
Correct.
Okay, so we should probably find Shoshana.
I talk in gnomish so that Kane can't understand me.
To
a gnomish
Nope.
person. Do you speak gnomish, Kane?
I was just checking now.
And I ask politely where Shoshana Shoshenstar is. And I also instruct them to prank my friend here. He loves pranks.
The gnomish woman who has grease on her apron, she's carrying a massive wrench, stops, and she goes, "Oh yeah, Shoshana. She should be right inside the building, not the dervish building, but the normal one. She's right inside the door there, and I'll let the little ones know that he likes pranks. We sure do like to set them on people periodically, so I'll get them prepped and ready. They've been kind of bored lately."
Excellent.
I think I'm going to just nod and smile like I know what you guys are saying.
And she introduces herself as, this would be Dally Dervish.
Dally Dervish.
I wish I heard it. I would have paid gold just so they could buy all this stuff to prank.
Can you guys understand what they're saying? Because I sure can't.
Mm-mm.
And she'll... After she says that to you, she'll
Elvish.
turn to the rest of y'all and wipe her hand off and reach it out to shake yours, and she'll introduce herself as, I'm Dally Dervish. It's a pleasure to meet y'all.
I'll shake her hand.
I'll reach out exuberantly
I'm
and shake her greasy paw.
I'm a Mary.
Well, it's right nice to meet you. Thank y'all for popping in. Hope you come see the show when we're ready. It's gonna be a real good one.
Of
Oh,
course.
we'll be here.
I'm definitely coming.
I wouldn't miss it. Well, I would, but I'm not going to.
I guess I start heading in the direction.
All right, when you push past the tarp and walk under some scaffolding and go in the front door proper, there is a ticket booth and a door to the right that says office, and you can hear some rustling around inside the office. The door is open, and as you look in, you see a dwarven woman with long braided burgundy hair and a long braided burgundy beard that is completely bedazzled.
Whoa.
I try to straighten my own beard up a little bit and just primp up a little bit.
And she notices you looking in and goes, "Oh, hello, I'm Shoshana Shoshenstar. How can I help you?"
Hi, Shoshana. We got this flyer. We're from the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild.
"Oh, good. That worked. You know, I hate delaying things. I'm so glad that there was somebody handy. I know that the Guildhall stays busy. So you're gonna help us out today, then?"
Yeah, of course. What do you got us? What do you need done?
Just a little retrieving, I think. Let me call for Delmar just real fast, and she hits a button on her desk, and there's a buzz sound. She goes, "Delmar, we've got some adventurers here from the Guildhall to help out. If you'll come to the main office, please." And there's a quick reply, "All right, on my way." And a couple minutes later, she offers you some refreshments. She's got a nice pitcher of water, and there's some little ladyfinger cookies that you can help yourself to. But
Oh, well, thank you very much.
oh,
Do you have any Tim Hortons coffee? Perhaps a Timbit?
No.
trying to
I'll ask her if she knows if there's any good places for some good dwarven ale in town.
Oh.
I'm going to lecture on why you should not join.
I'm going to grab Amiri by the elbow and pull her aside and be like, "Look at these things over here." Amiri's now out of your way.
yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
well,
Kane
yeah.
believes he's missing something.
Well, of course, you've been to the Iron Forged Flask, right? That's the hoppinest dwarven bar in town, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's way on the other side of town from where the guild hall is, so I don't get over there that often. But if you'd ever like to go, I'd love to accompany you sometime.
Well, I could certainly fit you into the schedule. That shouldn't be a problem.
It's going well.
She gets out. She reaches down and pulls up a satchel that is also super bedazzled, and opens it and reaches in and pulls out a daily planner, also bedazzled, and starts flipping through. She has to flip for a while, but she eventually finds a day and gets her bedazzled pencil and puts in there. Drinks with, what was your name?
Frere and Thunderhammer.
Thunderhammer.
Just penciled it in, eh? Oh, that's too bad.
You're in.
Alrighty. A couple of minutes later, a gnomish gentleman comes into the office. He's got graying hair, and he's got his goggles up on his head, and a leather apron, also covered with burn marks and grease and other indicators that he is working hard at something. And, "Oh, good, Delmar. These are the guild members that have come to help us." And he nods his head at you all, and he's a gnome also, if I didn't mention that. Well, Howdy, y'all. Delmar Dervish, Captain Delmar Dervish. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he'll shake your hands if you...
I shake his
Likewise.
hand. Don't care if there's grease.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna slyly do it just because I'm not big on touching men.
Well, when he knows your hesitation, he goes, "That's all right, little lady. You don't worry about it. I understand."
Oh,
And
the
he'll-
casual switch into apron wipe?
Yeah. All right. Well, I surely do appreciate y'all coming out so quickly. So my eldest daughter, Delaney, she was due back from an acquisition earlier this morning. She has not come in, and the last communication that we got from her indicated that she'd just passed the Treetop City off to the west, and I'm just concerned, as she is my daughter and all, and she is a very good pilot, so, it just gets my daddy hackles rising that she hadn't checked in.
Oh, no.
So,
Do you think the trees had something to do with this?
it wouldn't surprise me. I've met some pretty surly trees in my time, I'll tell you what.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh, yeah.
But-
Well, I mean, it could just be some engine trouble,
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. Just be she's tired from her flight,
Yeah. So,
sleeping it off. But
And-
we can gladly go take a look for you.
yeah, we just need somebody to just go give her a ride back if need be or help her out. And, unfortunately, and we're all we're right in the middle of something. I would love to be able to leave my children and grandchildren to handle this. However, their skills are not quite up to mine. And, well, Delaney can take care of herself, so I don't think she's in, life-threatening danger. So I trust that y'all will be...
You're paying for the peace of mind,
Oh,
basically.
yeah, definitely.
Hey,
Captain
Just throw money
Delmar,
at the problem.
we've got you covered. We'll go get Delaney.
What was she going to collect?
And
He shrugs and looks at Shoshana, and she goes, "Oh, it was an item that Azreen had negotiated purchase of a few weeks ago. It's, unfortunately, it is part of the new exhibit, and, Azreen likes to keep things as surprising as possible, so I'm not really at liberty to say what the item is. Azreen will be back in a few days' time, which is why we had to reach out to the guild. She's just not here right now. She's off on one of her business trips with her new business partner, Katerina. I think they're exploring some tomb or other.
Oh, gosh.
oh
Katerina.
boy,
The address that we should be heading towards might be information that Delaney had. Would she have logged that somewhere so that we can know where she's heading, or just out past Metafaf, or
Well, she...
anything more particular?
She'd already gotten the item. I know that. She was on her way back. So she'd made it as
Yeah.
far back as... she should be somewhere east of the Treetop City for sure.
Okay, so when she last, called in, she was east of Metafaf. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Shoshana reaches into her bag and pulls out some papers and kind of taps them. And she goes, "Oh, I love it when my bag does this. It's just so nice." And she peels off a Post-it note from the top and reads it. She's like, "Think positive, be positive. Isn't that nice? That's just so nice." And she takes it and she puts it on her board where there's some other little inspirational quotes on Post-it notes.
that is nice. And good, I
Oh,
assume.
yes, very
And
good. So what we have here is just some standard contracts. We do everything on the up and up here at Azreen's Unusual Stuff. I am, of course, a certified documancer. So this is all standard procedure. You will be paid 150 gold pieces to recover Delaney and the item. And
You know, you could actually strike that out for me. It's just somebody... I find it... I should probably just go find him anyway.
I take her by the elbow again, and I'm like, just give
That's
it to
just
me.
that's my contract. I don't need it. Strike it out. It's
so
better.
when we divide
It's
her
better that it
portion-
stays with
Yeah,
the
right.
family.
So you could have
family
given us
could use it
50
more
gold
than I
each,
could.
or 75 gold each. Math.
well,
Yeah, is it
As,
150 per or 150 total?
There's some group
did it-
negotiations going on with the four of us.
Didn't you hear him? He's got grandchildren and a wife to take care of. It's better that the money just stays with them.
oh, honey, no, we're super fine on money. That's not even an issue. And I appreciate you thinking
in
that
case,
I'm young enough to still be chasing after all them kids. But no, we're good. We're fine. And I believe Azreen would be a little sour to not pay you. Oh, yeah, she is. Yeah, she does like to be generous. So,
How about you
Could you,
donate my part then?
well,
And Mary, I grab your shoulder. Like, I just push her behind us, and I nod, and I stand at the front. I'm, like, really short. I'm 3.5 feet tall or something. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I will sign. And I start the process.
all right. And
I sign
you
here
will also
and here.
you will also be given 10 gold pieces each up front for any incidentals that you might incur on the trip.
could you perhaps throw in tickets to your show as well? Maybe in some sort of fancy booth where we could watch it?
You know what? Absolutely, we can do that. She digs
Thank
in
you.
her desk and... Oh, that's right. That's not where I keep them. Goes back to her satchel and reaches in, digs around for a second, and pulls out 4 VIP season tickets to...
Ooh.
Would you guys quit asking for stuff?
Now, I have a question for the good members of my group. Is scalping tickets wrong?
Yes, it is.
But aren't you raising awareness? So it depends where you do it. If it's in front of the show and they were going to buy the tickets anyway, I'd go not good.
I like where you're going.
But if it's like you go find them a new audience member that wouldn't have seen their show, and go with this
True.
fine.
All right. Things to keep in mind.
So what you should do is
Thank
sell
you.
the ticket in Metafov. And then the only way for them to use it is to come see the show. And maybe they'll bring friends because it's a trip.
Genius.
Amiri's gonna shake her head. No, that is not okay.
Okay,
You
I'll
should
play it
take
by
that
ear.
money. If you're gonna sell the ticket, you should take the money and donate it back to the company because that is the proper thing to do.
The rich company? That seems evil.
No.
Wait, let me check my notes. Yes, big companies equals evil, it says here.
Robbery equals evil.
And I signed. All signed up. Good to go.
I signed as well.
Yep, Farrad will sign.
I guess. I'm gonna donate it.
Well, that's
There you
very
go.
noble of you. And she
A favorable
then
charity.
Shoshana signs it, and then a seal appears at the bottom, and then the whole stack kind of doubles itself, and she takes half of it, staples it, puts it in her bag, takes the other half, staples it, and gives it, or holds it out to you guys. She goes, and here is your official copy of the contract. Who wants to hang on to this?
I think
I cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I can be trusted, I mean. Sure, yes.
I'll take it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I am lawful good. There's no way I'm gonna toss the contract.
I think
That's
you're
true.
too lawful good.
Well, that is...
Would you mind if I took a cookie though for my little buddy here, Nahiri?
Oh, look at that little... Well, of course, you can have extra cookies. And she goes and she'll actually like get a little tin, also bedazzled, and put some extra cookies in it and give it to you to take with you.
Aw, thank you. I'm gonna feed one to Nahiri.
Well,
Can I have one for Dag, my beaver-headed imp, as well?
Now I'm picturing a snake and a beaver trying to eat cookies. The beaver, I can see that. How? Okay. Is the snake like unhinging its jaw and like wrapping all the way?
Well, that's definitely
I don't
less
know.
cute than I thought it would be. But yeah, sure.
But the Quaddle is so cute.
Yeah. But yes, you may also have cookies for your imp. Does he bite?
Only if I tell him not to.
Oh, righty. Well, good luck to you all. I hope I see you again very, very soon.
Ditto.
Oh, we'll be back in quicker than 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
All right. Well, y'all, if you'll follow me, I've got Des, Dana, and Digby ready with one of our smaller ships to take you out.
Yes!
Ship travel.
I love airships. I'm like asking questions about how it's made and what that part does and what that part does.
I'm just gonna be sitting down reading my romance novel.
Well, brain.
I'm the opposite of Pidge. I'm a little nervous I like to be underground,
Well,
and being above it makes me very nervous.
as you follow Delmar around behind the warehouses, you pass some more gnomes scurrying to and fro. There's another small explosion. Everybody pauses. Clear! Everybody starts walking again. And behind the aeronautic section of the warehouse, there's a big fenced-in yard, and there's several small airships. Some of them look like they're in the middle of being built or worked on, but there are 3 gnomes on top of a smaller airship that look like they're getting rigging ready, and they're running around and they're doing things. And Delmar whistles up at them and waves. And Des! Yeah, Pa? Drop the ladder! And the ladder comes down for you guys to climb up onto the airship because it's already off its little launching base, like ready to roll out. So you guys climb up there, and there are the 3 gnomes. Des is a young male with blonde hair. Dana is a female with brown hair. And Digby is slightly shorter than the other 2, and he has red hair. Delmar says, "These are my grand youngins. This is Des, Dana, Digby. They are very capable piloteers, and you'll be in safe hands. And Des, Dana, Digby, these are the members of the Fire Breathing Kitten Hall Guild. They are here to help recover Delaney and whatever little spot she's gotten herself into."
Nice to meet you.
Do you have any parachutes?
Well, yeah, of course we've got parachutes. There's another explosion from inside the building. This time there's a, Oh, well, it sounds like they need me. And Delmar says, good luck, y'all, and just stay safe. And
Good luck to you. Sounds like you might need it.
that every day. He climbs down and goes. You can see him skittering towards the building.
Oh, that poor man.
Alrighty. So, Des, the blonde one, comes up to you all, shakes your hand, does the whole... We hand wave the intros.
I wave.
All right.
I'll wave.
All right, so over there, you'll see there's some packs. Those have the parachutes in them. There's also, you'll notice, around the railing, there's different places where you can tie off if things were to get rough. So.
You have a ship's dog, I see.
Oh. Jerome! No, you're not supposed to be up here. Grab a little dog.
Oh, can't we bring him along just in case?
Dana says, oh yeah, come on, dads, let's bring him. So, sure, fine. They'll bring Jerome.
Perfect.
Hopefully Jerome does not follow you any further. Maybe we can remove Bruce.
How would I react?
Bruce guest starring in the episode. Okay. But anyway, so there's places on the railing that you could tie yourself off. There's special belts that you can put on that have quick release connectors on them.
Trying to think how Miri would react to a dog.
What's your animal handling?
+0, but she's kind of a cat herself.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Don't know.
it's a gray and brown modded fur, just big floofy floof ball of a dog. It mostly just lays around and is actually following Digby around a little bit, trying to get butt scratches.
Farron's going to go grab a parachute, and is there like a central mast or something as far away from the side of the ship as possible, and he wants to kind of hang on to it for the whole trip?
Tie himself to it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's there's a mast in the center, but it goes up to a big contraption that blows hot air into this big balloon structure above the airship. It has dual propulsion. It's got the lift from the balloon and then the magic engines also.
Okay.
Mm.
He doesn't want to be in the way, but he doesn't want to be near the edge at all, or even look over it. He's probably going to close his eyes most of the way and dream of being under dirt.
Dana sees that you're nervous and brings you over a little glass of, or a mug of a warm beverage. She goes, here, you look a little nervous. Here's just a little bit of chamomile tea to help keep your nerves a little eased there. Don't want you getting sick or nervous.
Lovely, thank you. Do you know how long the trip will be?
Should be I would say maybe an hour and a half to get to the Treetop City. So if she'd have to be somewhere between there and here. So somewhere between no time and an hour and a half.
Okay.
I vote no time.
Yeah, me too.
Does anybody know Scry?
I do not.
Do you have anything that Delaney owns that maybe we could have in case we bump into someone who knows Scry?
Well, not on me. We could land and go back in to...
No, that's fine. I just thought of that a bit too late.
Alright, so you guys are kind of heading out. Digby is at the helm, piloting out over this. You're leaving the city. Dez is still kind of giving you some info about the ship, where to find things, where to go to the bathroom.
Just over the side.
No.
And
We'll
Mary
see.
spends 15 minutes trying to educate Kane about what it would feel like to be on the ground minding your own business.
Yeah.
I want to go to the
lecture.
front of the boat and
Des
do,
also
like, I'm king of the underworld.
Des also adds in, yeah, and there's a real big fine if they catch you doing that. And Paul would be mad. So try not to. No. Nope.
If they catch me. I see.
I mean, their airship is mostly meant for performances, so it's not subtle.
Oh, it'll be a performance.
It's very noticeable. It's shiny, big, bright colors all over it.
Oh no.
But there's it does have a single harpoon gun for just in cases, Dana says.
Is there sky pirates in this region?
Dana's like, boy, I sure hope not. That would, whew. We only have the one harpoon. And Des goes, no, there's no sky pirates around here. The Sky Navy patrols all the time.
The Sky Navy.
Yeah.
Well, thank God for the Sky Navy.
It's a cooperative effort between the different large cities. Old Sky Navy. On the cuff, changing somebody else's world. Ah.
It's
Sorry.
our world.
No,
It's our
Yeah.
world.
but I mean, a Sky Navy would be cool, right?
Yep, it is cool.
Next mission.
Yes, and
Infiltrate the Sky Navy.
It could come in handy way later in the series. Who knows?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you guys take off in your various positions on the boat. Dana is happy to go around with Pidge and answer all the questions.
So many questions. Yeah. I'm like, what's that do? Ooh, what's that do?
And there's
I'm just gonna read my novel.
yeah, and while you're reading your novel, Jerome, without any pretense whatsoever, comes over and tries to get under your legs where you're sitting and just lay there.
That's the
Yep.
dog, as a reminder.
All of the dervishes have D names, so
Yeah.
Jerome wouldn't be one of them. Would anybody?
Well, it's a cute.
You want to hear the whole family? Does anyone?
No,
No.
I'm good.
Maybe later.
I'll let it slide. It's a cute puppy.
Yeah, he seems kind of old. He's not, once he's laid down, he's not wiggling around or anything.
If he were like a bigger, more hyper dog, maybe, but he's so fluffy.
Yeah. But he just naps there. And as he's doing that, Digby will holler over, "Don't start scratching his butt. If you do, you will never, ever, ever get to stop." Just
Oh, don't worry. There's no chance of that happening.
and for our listeners, by scratch his butt, we don't mean his like butt, but right at the base of the tail.
Oh.
If you have a dog that demands those, you just shorten it by saying it's his butt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is late afternoon at this point. You guys are flying over the desert for a little bit and then over trees as you enter a more forested area. You're about an hour, 45 minutes into the trip. So give me, what are you guys doing at this point? Like,
Reading.
Keeping our
reading.
eyes peeled, I'm standing in the prow. Prow, I think, is the front. I don't know boat words. And just sort of doing one of these with my hand over my brow, searching out for another airship, perhaps in distress,
All right.
or landed, or crashed, or things out of the ordinary.
All right. And Freyrin, you're still hunkered down in the middle.
Yeah, I'm doing the exact opposite, kind of not looking out or up, kind of staring at the wood underneath my feet and dreaming of fires and mead.
All right.
I'll sort of relay to Freyrin what I'm seeing as I see it, so he
Remind
can
me.
live vicariously.
Remind me to ask the officer on McHale Island for a law book to give here.
I'm examining the engines.
All right.
I'm like, so how could I build or buy one of these? I'm like looking at what it's made out of, understanding how to shape one, maybe.
Uh,
Ooh.
Dana will say, well, if you want to, I could talk to Pawpaw about it and see if he'll take on an apprentice. We could always, train you up proper.
Sure.
But she'll,
Writing that down on my character sheet. I just want to know how to like shape an engine out of stone, for example. It's not achievable, but I'm trying.
Uh-oh.
yeah, she'll explain the bits that she knows the most about and can kind of give you a general sense of the other bits. There's
Hey, do you think it would be better if we landed and searched by foot? You don't seem to be seeing anything from way up here.
What?
Maybe we should do a ground search.
It's because
well,
we're
hey,
flying to the city.
okay, so
Oh.
hang on. And Pidge is looking at the engine with Dana. All right, Kane, give me a perception check
Yes.
as you scan the horizon for any indications of ship. They didn't do very good. All right, what'd you get, Kane?
18.
Woohoo!
Not bad for a first roll.
Yeah, that's great for a first roll. Amiri, you're deep in your book. It's getting steamy. You're very focused.
Ooh.
Pidge is examining the engine, and in her own intellectual way, it's getting steamy, but not
Ew.
in a sexual way.
No, I'm good.
Just a look.
No thanks.
Yeah, different kind of like you're intellectually like hyper
I'm not
focused.
paying attention to Sky Pirates, if that's what you're asking.
No. And then Freyrin sitting in the middle going, maybe we should land. But Kane, you see there is a line in the trees where there's broken branches and some trees down that looks very much like what would happen if, say, a mid-sized airship were to, well, not mid-sized, it's a private, but a small airship, if they had to make a crash landing, could have probably.
I'm going to sort of relay that I think I see a debris field, and then realize it's actually debris.
Let's land. Let's definitely land. That's it. That's definitely it.
Guys, debris.
And Digby goes, what? Oh! And looks over that way, starts to turn the wheel sharply so that you kind of bank around. And you can you start to see bits of like the balloon that is part of the airship. The fabric for that is strewn across one of the treetops. And then
This doesn't look great,
you
guys.
hear a really loud
Oh gosh.
I also hear a really
I
loud...
can't do it again. Everyone hears that.
Uh-huh.
What did we hear?
Oh no.
I feel like that would hurt people's ears for me to do that more than once. So that's the sound you will continue to hear when I say it goes roar again.
Yep.
And rising up from the trees are two large winged. Well, you're not sure what it is exactly. It's
a
got
bird.
long
It's a plane. It's
bat-like, like leathery wings
bird.
and a large beak.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
They look like they're not happy.
I have a feeling
Everyone-
the player know what it is, but
Yeah.
Everyone can roll initiative, and these are large
Oh, no.
beasts.
yeah,
9.
not good. 4.
Oh. And
12.
14.
Do we see like bits of broken balloon in these in the beaks and talons of whatever these things are?
No. But let's see. Their initiative.
But we can make some deductions.
Yeah, I mean they seem aggressive. All right.
Maybe we smash their eggs or something by dropping an airship on them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe somebody peed on their eggs.
So you guys.
This is why we don't pee over the airship, Kanae.
Oh, because giant birds will attack. Well, they
Amiri,
poop on us
Exactly.
sometimes, so
Every
it's like
time
fair.
Every time you pee over an airship, a giant bird will attack
Yeah.
you.
They say it's good luck though if you get peed on by a tiefling.
it's science. Let's see. Where did I put your character sheets? All right, Amiri, your dex is okay. All right, so just so you guys know, the ship can make one attack per round, and the dervishes will handle that. But other than that, you don't have to worry about ship stuff. It's just got the one.
If we fall off,
Well,
we
yeah,
do.
but don't forget, it does have the parachutes, the tie-offs, and 3 capable pilots. But it only has the one harpoon gun, so yeah.
Are they they're gonna take care of the harpoon gun, or one of us should?
No, Des runs over to the harpoon gun. Dana grabs her battle axe,
Mm.
and Digby is at the wheel. So these two great big beasts flying at the ship dive towards the hull of the ship and attack that first. Yeah, you see both of them kind of latch onto the side and with their claws rake into the wood and seems to peel just great big swaths of curled wood come off the side of it.
Yeah, our dwarf is never gonna fly again.
We should have walked. I told you we should have walked.
All right, but it is someone's turn. Amiri, yes. What do you do?
So they're already attacking.
Mhm. And there's a stream of consciousness of cuss words coming from Digby at the wheel. Everybody is
I will Eldritch Blast.
all right. So you lean over, point at one.
Point at one of
Okay.
them. And that misses. Crit fail.
Oh. Yeah, it catches some of the curled wood that's floating off the side and it sizzles up. Like,
Whoops.
then Freren.
Can I see them from here? In the dead center of the ship?
You saw them as they kind of did a flyby, and then you felt the ship
Oh, they're
rock
below.
as they
Yeah.
smacked the side of it and started attacking it. So you definitely saw some big creatures, beasties.
All right. Against my better judgment, I'll grab my javelins and make my way over to the side of the ship. And if I still can do an action after that, I'll launch a javelin at one of them.
Yes, it's the ship is only maybe 20 feet across widthwise, so you've got room.
14.
14
to hit.
14 misses.
Okay.
And Pidge.
Pidge reaches into a little bag and takes out a feather. She holds the feather in front of her face and crinkles it up between her fingers, rubbing it and muttering to herself. Everyone within 60 feet, which is everybody, now has feather fall for 1 minute. If you were to die from falling damage, now you take no damage. That's what I do with my turn.
That's helpful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Alrighty. Then Kane.
Are they within 60 feet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Ray of Frost, the meaner of the two looking ones. I don't know. And that's going to be a 18.
7. Nope. Yep. That hits.
Okay, so it takes maximum 8 damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Ooh.
Slow these babies down.
All right. So we'll say the meaner one has a larger red crest of feathers on its head, and the less meaner one is more mute tones.
Take that, you filthy animal.
Yeah. And it when you hit it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Let's see. Dez is going to... Well, first, Digby's going to jerk the wheel to one side to try to shake these great big beasts off the ship. And then Dez is going to whip the harpoon gun as the airship pulls away from the creatures and try to hit the one with the red crest top. And he hits it. Yay. And the big harpoon bolt pierces through its wing. And there's a rope that kind of like behind the bolt. And it catches on the wing. And he cranks a mechanism on the harpoon gun that pulls the rope taut.
Ooh.
So it's like half flapping, trying to pull away, but there's a bolt in its wing.
Serves it right.
And Dana's going to go over to help try to crank the machine to reel in this great big thing so it can get bashed. That's her goal. And so that's what she's working on. So then these things, that one's going to try to pull away. It doesn't. The other one is going to try to... Let's see. There was a Mary and Freyrin at the side, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to try to bite at Amiri.
Uh-oh.
And it gets...
Bad bird.
That's a 28 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Ouch.
And you're going to take some damage. So get my dice in my hand. $15 points of piercing damage, and you're
Ouch.
currently give me a dex or athletics, or acrobatics or athletics check.
I'll do acrobatics. 17.
You're able to slip out of its beak before it clamps down hard. So you are not grappled. And then it's going to take a claw and swipe at Frere and...
I am really hurt right now.
Uh-oh.
And it's got a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And 11 points of slashing.
These things pack a punch.
They do.
Yeah, I've got 2 HP left.
Jeez.
Retreat. Just jump off the side, Mary.
The debate there.
Yeah. Amiri, what would you like to do?
So it's still on the side?
It didn't move away after it. It's like flapping, keeping pace.
So if I moved on the other side of the ship away from it, would I still be able to hit it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move away, and I'm gonna use an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And I think mechanically you can get 5 feet away from it before provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Alright, how's your Eldritch Blast?
16, 18.
That'll hit.
Yay.
Yeah.
4. 6 damage.
Okay. Then, Freren, what would you like to do?
So it's close enough that I don't have to use a ranged weapon at this point since it's biting at me?
Yeah, the female one is definitely right on you, and then the male one is maybe 20 feet out from the ship, tethered via harpoon.
Okay. Then I will attack it with my battle axe, and I will miss the first one, and then I'll use my action surge to get one more attack, and I got a unnatural 20 on that one.
Yep.
Nice.
For 5 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Do you want to move or anything? Any bonus actions?
No, I'm kind of buff. I'll stay here and take the damage. If you guys can just go ahead and kill it, that'd be cool.
I'll try.
All right, Pidge.
Is the parachute 5 or less pounds? It would be very story funny if it was.
Because it would be very story funny, and the dervishes are excellent tinkerers, I'm going to say yes.
And I only weigh like
40 pounds, I think.
40 pounds, so makes sense. My parachute doesn't have to be. I have a special gnome parachute. So
Strangely, they're very good at making gnome-sized parachutes.
So I take my gnome-sized parachute weighing 1 to 5 pounds, and I catapult it at the pterodactyl thing that's attacking my friends.
Okay.
It's the one on the boat that everyone's in melee with, and I do 3d8 of bludgeoning damage. That's 5 plus 5 plus
Weird.
5.
And good.
It's 15 bludgeoning damage. And I'm like, parachute, you're a lifesaver. And I throw it at the pterodactyl.
All right. Just for fun, just roll a d20, just a straight luck check, and let me know if you get over 10.
I got a nat 20.
Heck yeah! So you catapult that parachute at this scary monster bird thing, and as it hits, it also deploys. And the bird thing gets tangled up in all of the straps that come out and all of the rope. And it is fully grappled and restrained.
I was supposed to make you make a dex saving throw. I've never used catapult before. So you do get to make a dex saving throw too.
Aw.
Against... Oh gosh, this is the first time I'm really using anything offensive with Pidge.
Yeah. The, whatever your spell save DC is.
And that is wisdom plus proficiency? Or just wisdom?
8 plus
Or intelligence,
proficiency plus wisdom. What are you? Plus intelligence. You're a wizard, aren't you?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so
I think it's 8 plus proficiency plus intelligence.
Yeah. Your spell save is
15.
Oh, on your paper it says 13.
yeah, mine's 13 too.
I have a plus 5. Oh, I see. I'm not trained in that. Okay, yeah, 13.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right.
Now I know how to use the spell catapult. I hope it hits because 15 is
heck
great.
yeah! It got a 13. I mean a 12. Sorry. Burp.
Oh, I was scared.
No. Sorry. It got a 12 because I rolled an 8 on the die. Wasn't good. So yes, still all that happens, and it's grappled and restrained, and
Blinded?
we'll see.
Question mark?
We'll see what happens with that. It'll be fun. I like that. And then it's Kanae's turn.
So is the one that's sort of covered in the parachute, is it blinded? Because then my attack would have advantage.
You have advantage. That thing is it's already grappled and restrained.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to Ray of Frost it again. Let's hope. Oh,
Okay.
nat 20. I'm not even going to roll the second one. I say ice to meet you, and I rolled a 1, of course. So double damage. Is that how we do crits? Double?
Double your
roll
dice.
dice again.
Twice.
So I rolled a 1.
So roll the dice again.
So roll another one.
6.
So
And now add your
No,
modifier.
because it's just a spell.
okay, so 7,
Okay.
Lucky
Total.
7. I did.
and it's slowed or something, right?
Yeah, slowed by 10.
That's
And it's really cold, probably. And angry.
Very cool.
all right. Well, it's already grappled and restrained, so I'm going to make the DM call that the slowed effect is that it has disadvantage of getting out of this hot mess that it has gotten itself in.
Grappled, blinded, frozen.
A little bit, yeah.
Not having a good day.
Okay.
About to get witch blasted.
Alrighty. Let's see. Digby. Digby's gonna shout, I don't think we can really take these things. We need to outrun them. And
Oh.
yeah, because you guys have been doing some damage, but they don't look super hurt.
Uh-oh.
So
That
Oh, no.
15 won't happen again, guys. I'm good for 1.
he's gonna pull a lever to release the rope, and it off the side of the ship, and Dana is gonna shout at Pidge, "Come help me with the engines! We gotta soup this thing up!"
Ooh.
I do.
And
Oh,
we
sorry.
could just all jump off, you
Well,
know.
that was Des that did, and then Digby. But Des is like, "No, we need to save the ship. Papa would be super duper mad."
Maybe we should land
true.
it.
These cost like 40,000 gold.
you like ships. Shouldn't you know that the captain goes down with the ship?
Alrighty. So the dervishes are trying to get the ship to go super fast. The tangled up angry bird does not break free of its bindings and is starting to plummet towards the trees all tangled up because it can't fly.
Didn't cast Featherfall on that one.
So it plummets into the trees, actually, because that's how falling works. There's a crash.
Don't land on Delaney.
And the one with the harpoon in its wing, when it sees its mate plummet, screeches and dives down after. And Amiri, what do you do?
I am going to use Cure Wounds on myself.
Smart.
Alrighty. And Freyrin?
I will grip the edged railing with white knuckles and try and see where they land and what they're doing on the way down so we can get them or get away from them when we land soon, very quickly, eventually.
Okay, you see exactly in the trees where the female bundle slammed through and the male of the species dives through almost recklessly after his mate.
And it's near the debris of the other ship that Kane spotted?
You guys had moved kind of past that a little ways.
Okay.
So it's not, you'll have to circle back to where the debris, where you can triangulate where that would happen.
Yep. Okay.
And Pidge, you just give me,
I have a artisan's tool set that I can use to,
Fine-tune it.
it says, so I have shoe forms, cutting and stitching tools, etc. So if pliers would help here, I've got them.
You use pliers when you're making shoes. I've seen it.
okay, you can do an intelligence check and...
Can I add my proficiency because of my kit?
Yes.
Excellent.
And I got
That's
Mage
a nat
Hand.
one.
You are so excited
Nat-
about this
nat one.
engine and seeing the workings. She asks for a wrench. You hand her a spanner. She did this. You're kind of embarrassed a little bit for a minute that you get the metric and imperial systems.
Too
mixed up.
enthusiastic.
Yes. All right.
I got Mage Hand if that helps.
And Kane.
I think the choice is pretty obvious that as birds have been pooping on us for millennia, I too will turn about and poop on them. As they
All right.
Constitution check or
Yes, I would say a Constitution check to see what
I have a plus
what you can
one.
produce.
19 plus 1. That's a 20.
You are full of it, and bombs are launched.
Roll to see how full you are.
Perfect. That's karma for the birds.
Kane, what did you have for breakfast?
Ironically, chicken.
Eggs.
Eggs.
All right,
Oh no.
you have successfully done that,
Well,
and you feel real good
that's my
about
action.
it. And
That's one
Yeah,
for the
so-
humanoids.
What is...
feel a little lighter.
Sleight of hand
Less
for wiping.
Okay,
Oh no.
then the dervishes will do their thing. Des is gonna fire up the balloon some more. Dana's souping up the engine. And Digby is just pointing the ship forward. He's not doing great. But Dana does a great job souping up the engine, makes some little tweaks, pulls a big lever, there's a pulse, and for just a second, the ship kind of jumps forward a little bit. It's a big lurch, kind of rocks you on your feet a little bit. But you pull away from the area that the big bird monster things went down and kind of circle around a little, and Digby finds a place to land the airship.
Is it nearest?
As close as he can to the wreckage.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Where you see that it would have, because once it got down into the trees enough, it was not, you can't see the actual airship crash from the top of the trees, but you can see where it would have skidded in.
I try to make a mental note of direction compared to where we land and where the wreckage is.
Okay. So, guys, land. Dana, Des, and Digby are scurrying around, checking damage. Dana's got to fix the engine a little bit because that surge of power, it wasn't really meant to do that. So, all right. Well, I guess wait, sorry, wrong person. Well, I guess we're here. So I'm gonna.
Farron doesn't wait for her to finish and just gets off immediately.
Oh, yep. Alrighty then. We're gonna work on the ship. We'll be here. We'll wait for you.
And a fine ship it was, Captain. May she rest in peace.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It's pretty
just some
bad.
Scratches and yeah. Oh.
Okay, well, you know ships. I don't really know ships. I just assumed it was bad.
Nah, just
Since we got feather falling, I'm gonna jump over the railing down to the ground.
okay. Gracefully.
I'm gonna belly
land.
flop onto the ground.
Cats always land on their feet.
Well, let's see. Well, just give me. Well, it's not even a dex save.
Feather
Oh
fall.
yeah, you just get dirtier.
I showered this morning.
Yeah, you just get a little dirty. There's like twigs and leaves and stuff all in your clothes now. Not in them, but from belly flopping onto the forest floor.
I'll take a few twigs. You never know. They could come handy. Twigs. Let me write this down. Twigs.
Alright, so you are now in the woods. Or the forest, rather.
So, did they say they were going to wait for us?
Yes. They just
Okay.
have to fix the engine a little bit and buff out the scratches on the side before Pawpaw sees. And also,
How far
they're
away
not really fighters.
are
so.
we? How far away are we from the crash
You can
site?
give me a survival check.
Hey, I ask my friends. How far away are we from that crash site earlier that you mentioned?
Well, as...
I got an 18 survival.
Thank you.
You put your hands on your hips, you look around, and you go 20 minutes that way and point in a direction.
20 minutes that way. By foot.
Whose?
Mine, I move slow.
Well, it's a leisurely pace for us. A nice stroll in the woods. It's the silver lining.
I follow. Walking
follow.
through the woods.
Thinking we should take a break because I am
I agree.
still hurt.
Definitely. At least a short
Yeah,
rest.
but do you want to rest next to the flag for where you are? Or maybe a bit away from the flag for where you are?
That's true.
So let's maybe go 5 minutes in that direction and then short rest?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I recover a spell slot.
Me too. I got my spell slot.
So you guys move just slightly out of earshot from the ship and sit down for an hour rest.
Yeah. Yep. If they come back, hide or run away. Bye.
Okay.
Or run away and then hide. Bye.
Okay. So during your hour short rest, the forest sounds like forest. You hear all kinds of birds, the occasional cracking of branches. Way off in the distance, you hear some of the calls from those two big monster birds, but it sounds like they're moving more away from the direction that you're in. So that feels nice.
And then we continue walking.
Yep. Everybody's good. You've rolled your hit dice or done what you want to do.
Yep.
Okay, good deal.
Yep.
You get trekking. Alright, so as you are moving in the direction indicated by Freyren, the forest is getting more dense, and the trees are getting thicker trunked, and moss is just covering what little bit of ground that isn't occupied by trees. You're kind of having to move, weave in and out of the trees. There's not like a nice walking path randomly in the middle of this forest. So, give me perception checks as you are walking.
14.
9.
Ooh, unnatural 20.
15.
I'm examining plants.
Alrighty, yeah. Those are definitely plants and trees. That looks like a flower. And
Legit what I do in forests. Like, oh, was that a wolf? Dead. So
alright. Can I... You're not super familiar with the forest, so you assume, yeah, seems like what a forest would be like, this particular forest. Why not? Never been here.
This is very forest-like.
Amiri, with a 15 and also being a wood elf, at first everything seems pretty standard issue forest, but the deeper in you get, the more the plants seem to take on more vibrant variations. And there's some flowers that you don't recognize, some trees that you don't recognize. And Freyren, maybe it's because you are used to being more underground, but you notice the differences much quicker, and it's just more obvious to you that, yes, as you guys are moving deeper into this forest, these plant variants, the animals are becoming more and more unusual. And as you're looking around, keeping an eye out for dangers, you spot a rabbit. And as it kind of like looks up to sniff around, you see that it's got a big spiraled horn in the center of its head, and it sniffs the air before it darts into some underbrush. And you see what looks to be a small orange. At first you think it's a flame, but then it stops moving for a second. It's a little bird, and it kind of flits around and flits deeper into the woods.
Are you guys seeing this stuff?
I'm thinking...
I thought I just saw...
Yeah, this is really weird.
That is definitely...
That rabbit had a horn.
That's definitely a bird you wouldn't want to be
so
pooped on
cute.
by. We should be careful.
Yes.
All right. And the trees start to give way. There's more room to move around. And you notice some that are broken and branches snapped, and realize that you've made it to the entry point for the crashed airship. And what would you like to do at this point?
Can I do an Arcana check just to see if I know what this transition meant?
Sure.
Ooh, nat 20.
You have somehow sort of walked into a pocket plane, maybe?
Huh.
Guys, I think this might be some sort of pocket plane dimension thing.
And with a natural 20, maybe
Maybe the
a little-
Feywild.
Feywildish. Little pocket Feywild you have stumbled into.
I think this might be a pocket Feywild dimension. Another dimension.
Oh,
My character probably knows what that is. I don't.
It's fun.
And
I am a wizard. I read a lot of books on magic.
you can give me a history check to see if this is something that is known to be here.
Okay, I have a history bonus from Artificer's Lore, specifically magical
Ooh,
history is my
wow.
thing. And I have a +5 in my intelligence save, so I'll roll twice. Also a 20, non-natural,
You have,
because it's like magical history is the
Yeah.
thing I...
so you know for certain there is no record of a pocket Feywild existing anywhere in this area of the continent.
I say that. I'm like, I've read so many library books on this. This is not normally here. For anyone else, we're the first. Look at us
It might
changing the
explain
books.
why the crash happened. Something to do. Surely it's not a coincidence. Unless it is a
All right.
coincidence.
So you're at where there's basically now a path in the trees created by crashing airship. How would you like to proceed?
Cautiously.
Well, we should check.
I was about to call out.
Let's see if we can find
I'm-
any sign of her at the airship, and then maybe.
I'm gonna detect magic.
Ooh, in the Feywild.
But it'll actually tell me, it'll highlight where it is and the type.
So it's the Feywild. Everything glows and is something. It's all magic.
Is it okay to perception check to see like any clues for if she was moving after the crash?
You can do an investigation check. So you guys are...
Oh, yes. All right, I investigate. Oh, darn it. I
just
have a
gonna say, you're
+5 to
probably good at
investigate,
that.
but I rolled a nat
Alright,
1.
So just real quick,
I'll give you a
to
hand.
clarify, are you guys walking still inside the tree line, following the path of destruction, or are you like out in the path where it's clearer to walk?
I'm not in the
Um,
path of destruction because I think that would be sharp and like broken twigs can stab through you. So I'm walking between the trees. Yeah.
Yeah, like in the line.
Okay, good deal. So you notice coming from the direction where the ship has crashed, just this gigantic butterfly that's blue and green, and it just slowly like flies up this path and up and out, but it's just massive.
Ooh. Ah.
That is a big butterfly.
But you do come up to where there is a crashed airship, and it's got a big breach in the hull, and it's already covered in vines that have grown up on it very quickly. And perception check, I guess.
Because it's only been a matter of days, right?
If that.
If that.
18.
8.
7.
Okay, so Amiri and Kane, you notice not only are there vines growing all over this, it looks like part of the hull, and like it's still in the process of this happening, has actually become crystallized.
Huh. Something you don't see every day?
And as you guys are watching, a shape starts to move through this big breach in the hull, and it's moving kind of slowly, but it's also it's a large creature. But as you watch,
Oh, that's not good.
a large tortoise starts climbing out of the breach in the hull, and it's got big gems on its back, and it sort of shimmers.
Is
Delaney?
it humanoid in shape?
I call out in Gnomish.
No, it's not humanoid. It's just a tortoise.
I know it's a tortoise. Delaney? I call out in Gnomish.
No response.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Does this tortoise have a swim speed? It's just an odd question, I know.
You would think that it does.
Because if it does, I could speak with it telepathically. Because I could speak to anything telepathically that has a natural swim speed. So,
I just have telepathy. I could talk to any willing creature.
I would say into its mind, hey, what's going on in this hall here? Some crystals, eh? Pretty interesting.
I'm going to say it has a swim speed.
I know turtles do.
Yeah.
Although that's different, obviously, but...
Tortoises do not
Yeah.
swim.
Tortoises don't? Okay, well then that's why it doesn't have one in the book.
So then I talk to myself
It
in
just
my
goes
mind.
over and it starts munching on some of the vines. But it's kind of bluish in tone and just covered in sparkly gemstones on its back. Or its shell. It's very pretty.
I'm also bluish. So I'm going to put my backpack on my back, like really big, and start walking around on all fours and see if that gets a reaction.
It looks at you while it's chewing and then slowly starts to move away into the woods.
All right. I am debating going to live with it in the woods, but maybe that's more of an end game sort of thing.
A few minutes later, 2 what look like glass bluebirds fly out of the hole in the hull and flit away, clinking as they go.
It's very pretty, but I wouldn't have let a few minutes pass. I'm moving towards the hull. Because the last airship was about 40 feet across or something. So we should be able to see if... I called out, and there's no response from inside.
You're going to poke your head in?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask again. Delaney?
The only thing I don't like is that the side is kind of crystallizing.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Good point. I'm going to take one of those twigs that I picked up earlier and touch the crystal. See? I knew they'd come in handy.
Yeah.
And if it...
The twig seems fine.
Okay.
So you're...
No Delaney?
No Delaney. Are you peering? Are you peering into the hole in the hull, or are you just looking around?
Yeah.
Yep.
Peering in.
Okay. Inside the hull, you see what looks to be a crate that has tipped over and spilled out its contents. And there is a smooth gray stone that looks like it has tumbled out. It's about 4 or 5 inches thick and 11 or 12 inches in diameter. And we'll say that's when the glass bluebirds, they look like they fly right out of that stone and then flit off.
Oh, out of the stone. Not touching that. Hey, everybody, don't touch
I was just
that.
about to pick it up too.
How heavy is it?
Hey, no. I grab you by the elbow and I'm like, you can die later.
Because I'm thinking a mage hand could carry it if it's light enough, and we could take it back to Ezreen.
I think Ezreen has some splaining to do. Step 1, find Delaney. Step 2, no one's gonna steal this if we just let it sit here. So, let's not touch that.
Can we tell from the crash debris if the airship was headed back towards the city or was headed away from the city?
It was headed back towards Nicomoy.
Okay. So maybe that stone is what she was picked up and it went crazy and made her crash. I don't know.
You could,
That's what
you could
I'm kind of thinking, so I'm thinking we should
investigate
get
the
it on the way
damage.
out.
on the ship.
I will investigate the
That's
damage.
a good idea. Yeah, I will too.
Not a 1. Okay, 15 plus 5 is 20.
Hey.
Investigation. 7. Oh, another 7.
Okay, I rolled a 19, so that's at least a 19.
All right. So Amiri and Pidge, you look around. You can tell that some of the damage that you're seeing is from the crash itself, where trees ripped into the hull and the rigging. But you also see a lot of very familiar gouges in the side of the ship where chunks of wood were scraped away. You can see.
Yeah. This stone generates monsters. Let's not carry it with us. So is there blood?
You don't see any blood.
Oh, no blood. Oh.
Well, judging by how quickly the overgrowth has started, I don't think we're going to find much traces of footprints or...
Also, I think time can be different in the
Anything.
Feywild, so that might explain that.
Well, any crashed person knows to stay near the ship if you're waiting for rescue. So if she's not waiting for rescue, that means she might have head out on foot away from here to get home herself if she was uninjured.
Mm-hmm.
Pidge, give me just a straight intelligence check. You're good at that.
Okay. Should I use the intelligence save stat?
No,
or
just a
what do
check. Just straight intelligence. Roll and add your intelligence modifier.
I rolled an 8, and plus 3 is 11.
That's enough to at least make the observation that so far everything that you've seen come out of the stone has been blue and crystally or glass-like. The big things that attacked your ship were red and brown and fleshy.
Oh, okay, so maybe...
It's like it just generates curiosities and not monsters, but maybe the monsters had it and she took it from them and that's why they're mad? I don't know.
So I have a
Me
thought.
too. You go first.
It's possible that the reason why she's not here is because one of them opened its giant beak and bit down on her and took her to their nest because they're a mated pair and they're probably looking to feed baby pterodactyls. What do you guys think of that thought?
Yes, and I also think we shouldn't leave this little ball here thing here. So maybe if we could sort of roll it into my sleeping bag, that way we don't have to touch it.
Okay.
You know what that'll do to the animals that come out?
I can afford another sleeping bag.
Okay.
All right, I do that.
It rolls in.
I'm gonna.
Everyone stand
if
back.
we're gonna do this, I'm just gonna use Mage
Okay,
Hand
yeah,
to
throw
move
it in
it.
this. I hold up my sleeping bag and say, "All right, plop it in here."
It's possible the containment that was in the box might have stopped it from happening while it was in the box, and then when the box cracked open, the creature generation started happening. So it's possible there's a containment shell to take with it.
Does that look like the case? Is it like an iron box, like you'd put kryptonite in?
It looked like a wooden crate
Hmm.
with straw in it.
Yeah.
Okay, sleeping bag it is.
All right, so
I'm gonna throw some
So-
straw in it just in case that was the factor.
what's step one of put stone in sleeping bag?
Hold sleeping bag open. Like
Okay.
I'm doing it on camera, which no
Listeners,
one can
he's
see.
demonstrating visually.
Look at this space work.
Mage Hand.
All right. The stone is definitely more than 5 pounds.
All right.
Okay.
So then I
11
put the
inches
bag on the ground. Again, amazing space work. And I use my stick.
I think Mage Hand is 10
Yeah.
pounds.
Just one sec. I have to look up a thing.
Like how I'm going to die.
I'm backing far away. You guys be safe.
Always. Never.
Why did
Oh,
you
yeah.
die in the Feywild, Pidge? Oh, because my friends killed themselves with a
It's
stone.
definitely more than 10 pounds.
Foiled by a stone.
All right, so I'm going to do the put this on the ground beside it and poke it in with. I got plenty of poking things. Let's see. We'll go dart ice peck. I have an ice peck, which is just a reskinned dagger. So
Yeah, Kanae, I can help you too if you want me to just hold the sleeping bag and you can do the
do the
shoving
poking,
part.
or maybe you could get your axe, sort of golf it in,
Either way.
cricket it in.
Yeah, I would start with my javelin, and if I can shove it in with my javelin, I'll
There you
do
go.
that.
Many options. Hopefully, some of them won't kill us.
All right.
Oh.
I need you two to give me constitution saves.
Mhm.
Oh, good luck,
Yeah, and with
guys.
that, I'm moving back.
10, right down the middle.
Glad it wasn't Dex.
I'm gonna join Pidge.
Five. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Good luck,
As
guys.
soon as the items that you are holding come in contact with the stone, Pidge and Amiri, you see your friends just sort of shrink and disappear. And
Oh.
uh,
Uh,
and then
Help me.
Oh boy.
Frerin and Kanae, you get this cold. It's like cold as soon as you come into
Ooh,
contact.
I like it.
And then there's this dizzying sensation as you feel yourself being pulled and shrunk and spun around, and you come to everything sort of stops visually spinning around, and you are in. It's dark, there's like mist around your feet, and you look around. The walls of this whatever room or place that you are in are mirrors. There's mirrors to the left, mirrors to the right. Just you're surrounded by mirrors and fog at your feet. Pidge and Amiri, what do you do?
I call out their names. I'm like, Farron, Kanae.
I'm gonna use telepathy. I'm gonna see if I could still sense them.
All right, how far does telepathy?
30 feet.
No.
Well, they're gone.
They're gone.
Oh.
We don't by chance see a gnome sitting in this room with us, do we?
Right. Yeah, how big is the room?
Oh boy.
Well, the area that you're in, hard to say. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation 14.
All right.
17.
Cool. The walls to the left, right, and back of you put you in an area that is roughly 10 by 10. They're mirrors. The wall in front of you, though, okay, so the wall to your left isn't quite 10 feet. It's like 8 feet. And then the mirror to the front of you, there's a corner there. So now there's a hallway that leads off of the room that you're
And
in.
we're together,
With
right?
more mirrors and more mirrors and more mirrors.
We're together, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you two are together in this area
All right.
that you've popped into. And you feel like giving me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Or wisdom. You can do...
Well,
You can, yeah, either one.
gotta be wisdom, huh? 9.
I got a 3.
We put the two dumbest ones in here. Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Come
You're
join us.
confused, but you take the opportunity to straighten your hair and
I want to call
check
out.
your teeth.
I want to call out for Delaney as well.
All right. You...
So you said we felt like we shrunk, but our relative sizes to each other are still the
Yep.
same? Is that right? Okay.
You don't get a response from yelling out Delaney. All right, so back in the other area.
I would like to do a magical history check on rocks that sprout birds and tortoises
And suck
crystals
people up.
that are about 11 inches long and 4 inches thick and gray.
Okay.
Can I roll this with Artificer's Lore? The advantage to magical
Yes.
history check? Sweet. So I rolled a 12. I should actually read how Artificer's Lore works, but I'm just rolling it with advantage because I don't have the stats in front of me. So it says 15.
Let's see. You don't know anything about this specific stone, but you know there are stones that can act as port keys or transportation devices.
Okay, not like consumption devices.
Thought those were only hat or boots.
Any small item, right? I communicate to Mary. I say, Mary, I don't think they're dead. I think they're somewhere else. I think they teleported. You want to go where they are?
I'm gonna.
Will you and do you want to? Two different questions.
Let's see. Seeing as I'm in a pack with the celestial being, I'm kind of gonna ask Nahiri to
Can
see
you
if
do that at this level?
we're in a pact. I mean,
I don't know if there's
It
there's not really a
doesn't really-
mechanical thing in place.
yeah, there's really not a mechanical thing at all for pacts.
Yes.
There's for clerics. It's like divine guidance or
Yeah,
something.
but
they get it at level,
celestials
like-
is just extra spell slots and everything.
Okay, so you're gonna ask the baby Coatl what?
Yeah, what it thinks if we should go in, or if maybe it knows how to get them out. It's a celestial being. It might know.
Yeah. Nigiri, do you want to go in the rock?
Yeah.
Let's see.
How much does your familiar love you? You're about to find out.
Let's do... It's not really religion, exactly.
do like a
it's more of
do
a
like
pack.
Yeah.
percentile check, like what percent you think the odds are they would answer you or not. I think I've done stuff like that.
Yeah, that seems. Let's see.
If you have a
Let's go.
Yeah, I got percentile
All right,
dice.
dude. We'll say because you're a level 2 and this is a new mechanic that you've got a 20% chance that this baby has a direct line to its mama to be able to get you some information.
67.
It rolls over for you to scratch its belly.
Oh,
it's cute.
I scratch.
It purrs? I don't know. You tell me, what sounds does it make?
It's a snake.
It's a magic snake
Yeah.
with wings. It ruffles its wings in pleasure.
Okay, that's not as gross. So yeah. Okay, well, I guess we go in.
All right, I take your hand and I touch the stone.
Shrinking, dizzying sensation. It's cold. And then there's for Freyrin and Kane, there's a, and you turn around, and there's
They sort of hear me mid-sentence saying, "Oh, I hope they don't touch it."
Pigeon and Dana.
Oh,
Or, I mean,
hello,
sorry,
yes.
not Dana. Pigeon and Miri. Kind of jolt into being there. And you guys also now see that you're in some sort of mirror room corridor with
Maze.
foggy mist around your feet.
This place is amazing, guys.
Hey guys, look what we found.
Good find.
So-
What did you find? What is this?
I definitely think this is a Fey world.
Yeah, it's probably a pocket within a pocket within a pocket. We have to go deeper. One good piece of good news is I do have a piece of chalk that we can mark as we go through what appears to be a maze.
How do we know if we're still dreaming?
I have Fey ancestry. Could I use perception to see if I might? Know something else?
Let's see. You could. I'll do a history check with advantage since it's specifically Fae-related stuff. And as a note, I do love pockets. Pockets and everything. More pockets.
So a history.
Yeah, with
I
advantage.
think that's +0, so 19.
Alright. You know that the Feywild is very unpredictable. It's full of tricks and traps and different realms of the Feywild often put puzzles or obstacles to make it harder to get to the actual realm, discourage people from coming to visit, that sort of thing. You're not sure which one this is. It's obviously a lesser one. So you don't feel like you're about to stumble into the Unseelie Court or anything.
Well, that's good.
And this seems to be one of the discouraging entrances to a lesser realm of the Feywild.
Well, look what you guys did. Oh, yes,
We doing
thank you.
Everybody give me perception checks.
Ooh. Okay, I just have to show that I keep rolling 20s here, so you can see.
Because this is a
20.
Fey world and I have advantage on Fey, would this be advantage?
Well, No, this is just a regular perception check as you guys are kind of like getting your bearings. And...
So 14.
Okay.
5.
11.
Okay.
I see everything.
You do see everything. And really, everybody except for Pidge sees a dark shape move across some of the mirror walls, and the mist starts to swirl behind you in the room that you're in.
Run? Question mark?
Didn't you say there was a gnome in this room?
No, I asked if there was, but no. Do you guys think running?
Well,
Yay, nay?
There was a hallway or
Yeah.
corridor, wasn't
Yes.
there? Yeah. I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna motion, like, give Pidge a little nudge and point. Be like, yeah, we gotta go.
I think she's frozen.
Do you?
Yeah, she'll...
She's frozen in
Oh.
time.
Oh no!
Dun, dun, dun.
We will
Wait patiently.
Well,
pause for a second.
Her perception check was so bad that...
Yeah, it really. Well, actually, since it's 12,
Oh, yeah.
we can go ahead and take a quick break as you guys have spooky maze stuff getting ready to happen.
What's the, what was that recent movie, the Peel one? This Is Us? No. Yeah. Us?
What?
Yeah, Us. Like Us. You guys see that
I
one?
I don't watch scary movies.
That one was pretty scary, too.
Yeah. That's why anytime I do
good.
spooky stuff, it ends up being more Scooby-Doo-esque, because I can't. I'm so bad at serious.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
I'm so bad at serious. I did watch part of a movie about it was the Stephen King, the corn
Oh, yeah.
movie where they're lost in the corn
Yeah.
thing. All right. So 12:20 sound good?
Sounds good.
Alright, we gonna do the sign off?
All right. Thank you for joining us for this fun, crazy puzzle, Feywild, something, what's going on adventure. That's terrible. Okay. Thank you for joining us. This has been Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Today we were joined by Pidge and Freren and Amiri
Bye.
and Kane.
Bye.
Stay tuned for the exciting second half. Will they make it through this maze thing? Where is the other dwarf or gnome? What is going on? What's Azreen doing with all this? Bye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. You can subscribe to receive new episodes through your podcast player or by visiting firebreathingkittenspodcast.com and clicking on the RSS feed. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We have with us Pidge,
Hello.
Amiri,
Hi.
Freren,
Hi, guys.
and Kane.
Bonjour.
I need everybody to roll a d20.
12. Unless I'm adding something.
16.
17.
6.
All right, Freren, recap. What happened?
We started in the guild hall, and we were gonna search through all the available jobs, and one of them practically jumped off the wall at us and said, do this one, do this one. So we did, and we went over to visit Shoshana, and she told us... Was it Shoshana?
Shoshana Shoshenstar.
Yeah. And she led us to Delmar, right? And Delmar said that his daughter had taken an airship and had gone to pick something up near the treetop city and was overdue, and they didn't have time to go look for her themselves, so they sent us. So we very, very reluctantly jumped on an airship and headed out to follow the path, where we were subsequently attacked by two large winged creatures that we kind of fended off, but they also kind of just went away, which was good because they looked really tough. And then we circled around and landed near where the crash was, followed the trail into what seemed to be a kind of a planar shift into some sort of a Feywild area. We found the cabin of the airship, and there was a rock with crystalline creatures coming out of it, which Kane and I cleverly touched very quickly and disappeared. The other two decided that they would follow along, and they did, and we all ended up in a hall of mirrors, in a dimension within a dimension within a dimension, and here we are.
About to be murdered.
Yes.
All right.
So I kind of nudged Pidge and pointed towards the shadow that was creeping along the wall.
Oh, what? Huh? Oh, gosh.
I think we should run.
Run
Put her-
where?
Pitter patter. Let's get at her.
Wait, we're in a box of mirrors, right? I wasn't paying
hallway.
attention.
Yeah, there was like a
There
hallway
was a corridor, yeah.
Okay.
corridor.
Basically, two ways to go: into whatever's about to appear, or away from it.
Can
It was,
I do a
it was
quick
a
Arcana
large
check?
shadow.
Sure. What are you hoping to
Identify it.
Identify?
Yeah.
The shadow.
Have I read about it before? Do I know what it is? Is it going to eat us, or is it like going to give us presents? Is it Christmas or
Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right. 7 + 5 is 12.
Math.
It has a foreboding feel to it. It's not fully shown itself yet, so you're not sure what it might be yet.
Foreboding, though. Well, when your DM says foreboding, I'm going to curtsy to it and bow a little bit and be like, so sorry for bothering you. I will get out of your hair now. And then I grab Mary and nod with my other friends, and I'm like, let's go down the hallway. But without turning our back to it. So, bye-bye. Bowing out the door. Apologies.
Okay, so you're gonna try to run, right? Is that
Yeah.
the group idea?
Yes.
So we're gonna do. Someone needs to head to lead the way, and they'll need to do a survival check to navigate the mirror maze.
Well, I feel like since I
gotta-
got us into this, maybe I should get us out.
So if it's a Fey world, would I get advantage on trying to maneuver through here?
Not for navigating.
Alright, well I got
Since
plus
it's
1
not like
to
an effect or
survival.
anything. Okay.
I think I'm a bad one for it.
Oh, I am
Yeah.
as well. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just have a +1 too, and I'm probably slower than you guys, so I was kind of thinking that maybe Kane goes first and I bring up the rear, but it's up to
Yeah.
you guys.
Okay, so I'll go first.
All right, and then who's behind Kane?
I will, because I gotta be there to make sure he's doing good.
And I'm gonna pull out that piece of chalk I mentioned, so I can like mark corridors and such. Like we've been this way.
Alrighty, so roll me that survival check.
1.
Oh boy.
What?
You're
Ugh.
looking back over your shoulder
And I run into a
telling your
wall.
companions that you've got this, you'll lead the way, and walk straight into one of the mirror walls.
I get angry at the tiefling before me. How dare you, sir?
And behind you guys, there's a moaning, like, sound.
Oh no.
And the mist starts to swirl behind you guys, and there's the dark shape in the mirror walls flitting back and forth.
Oh.
So are you continuing to book it, or try to book it?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Full of
probably should.
confidence.
All right.
I know
Kanae,
one
are you
way
still-
not to go.
Yeah. and it's got like a greasy face,
And on the
print on it.
on the greasy face, I
just
put some
like a
chalk.
nose right above the eyebrow and a cheek.
Perfect. Oh no, my foundation.
All right. So are you still taking the lead?
Of course, yeah, that went so well.
All right. Well, roll.
19 plus 1, 20. I was just
It
getting
is-
my bearings.
Oh man, that way.
This away, that away.
All right. You lead the party through twists and turns, all the while the shape it's hounding your footsteps. It's
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna.
moaning and
I actually have, and I've never used these in any campaign ever. I have something called caltrops, and I don't know if I'm saying that. It's like these sharp little things that you like throw on the ground for people to step on, and it does damage to them.
all right. So you have a pocket full of D4s that you're gonna.
Basically, yeah, or Lego.
Mm.
So I'm gonna throw a handful of those. I've got 20. I'll throw 10.
Okay.
That'll slow it down.
The floating shadow.
A ghost?
I am Dom. My character.
Oh,
Me a little.
oh, maybe it will work. Maybe
Yeah.
it will work.
All right. There's the tink 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 sound of all the caltropes getting tossed behind you guys. Some of them bounce off mirror walls. Let's do one more survival check.
18.
You race some more. You even have time to stop and check your hair. You're doing such a great job.
Easy,
You-
breezy, beautiful. Cover. Warlock.
You might want to reapply that foundation there.
Yeah.
Behind you, you can now see this ghostly humanoid shape is just barreling down at you guys. Turn a corner and bust and run straight through some fog just as it's about to like claw at you
Run!
and bust through. Suddenly you're out of the mirror maze and standing at the gates of a blue crystalline city.
Ooh.
The world around you it seems massive, but dark outside of the confines of this big city. There's blue lights flickering in the sky above you. There are two sets of floating crystals on either side of this great big gate, and they're arranged in a vaguely humanoid shape. And as you appear, they sort of swirl around a little bit and almost like clink into place, forming more solid humanoid shapes. And it's two fully armored guards, but just all crystal.
Ew.
They have sort of a swirling blue light inside of them, and they both stand about 8 feet tall. They have great big pikes,
I'm going to ask if they've seen a gnome come this way.
I'm gonna speak to him telepathically because I don't know what kind of language they speak. I'm gonna be like, we are friends. We were running out of this maze because we were being chased by a ghost. Please don't attack.
Out loud, in unison, they go,
State your business.
I think Kane just did. Have you seen a gnome? She's like my height.
Yeah, so we're from a different realm, and we kind of got tossed this way through like a stone tablet. We're on a quest to find a gnome, a girl. Her father's looking for her.
The trespasser was apprehended.
Oh, well, we'll take her off your hands for you.
I believe we have jurisdiction over her. I show her our fire-breathing kitten's tattoo. Of course, mine is a tramp stamp.
So, Faye?
Wait. You turn around and lower your waistband and say you have jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm. And that's canon, by the way, from my first episode.
Oh, no.
how about give me a persuasion check?
All right, I'm pretty
Is
good
it
at that.
boosted by the waist?
22.
No. 22.
Yeah. I have a +3 to
Them warlocks.
persuasion.
They
It worked.
it works.
What is going on this episode?
Heck if I know.
Bar dates and tramp stamps.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even give you guys alcohol this
And
time.
pooping on birds. Don't forget that part.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
key.
there was.
They deserved
What
it.
is going on
Yeah,
here?
that was for all humankind who's been pooped on by birds.
Can't say this is any different than how my normal home games go. So
Ditto.
Oh.
they will step aside, and the gates start to creak open, and they will.
You may enter.
I hold out my hand, like when you walk into a place and they stamp it to show that you got in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my stamp.
Technically, you got the tattoo.
Right, 2 hands. Yep.
That's clearly the ticket in.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Oh, nice.
They reach out and just above your head put a little blue crystal in the air that floats above your head.
Like The Sims.
It is so cool. I want one.
Yeah, you each get one.
You know what? That's funny because one of my languages is Simlish.
What about Nahiri? Celestial? No.
Get a very
Celestial.
tiny, little teeny tiny, almost like a little bead.
How do Fae deal with Celestial? Is there like a hatred like elves and dwarves?
Officially, no, in our
No.
world. No race wars, please.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was like a devil situation or a demon situation, maybe, but
Everyone has the right to life in Nicomoy. This is not Nicomoy, though, so
yeah,
don't know.
Yes.
no, they're cool with it. They seem to be, they're just doing their jobs, man. But they will tell you to see the magistrate. What are they going to call you?
Brave adventurers?
Guild representatives.
Yeah.
Bounty hunters.
What was it? What was it that you had? Jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Gnome Retrieval Unit. Also called...
Jurisdictioners.
We're the NRU. Or
No,
GNU.
it starts with G.
GN, yeah.
We're the GNU.
GRU.
Oh, God. I like it.
Wow.
I give up.
All right, so they'll give you your little Sims crystals. Tell you,
See the magistrate
Can we legally
for
say
your
that?
query.
Can we legally say that?
say what?
The-
Well, I mean, Okay. They give
Yes.
you the
The podcast itself doesn't
crystal.
Yay.
They give you the crystal hall passes, and you are allowed into the big geode city.
What is it? Oh, before we go in, I want to ask what the city's called. What is the city called, by the way?
They kind of tilt their head curiously at you, like, how do you not know this?
This is Elsewire, strange traveler.
Thank you.
Huh.
My background is actually Far Traveler, so they're not far off.
As soon as you start to pass through the gates, they sort of disassemble and go back to their floaty crystal forms.
You guys rock.
money.
But it's...
So that's what it feels like to talk to rocks.
And the
okay.
little hall pass crystals, they don't speak to you, but they give you kind of like an intuitive feel of which way to go.
Do they
And as you...
perhaps tell us how hungry we are? Kind of keeps like a little bar of how hungry, how tired you are.
I didn't get that at first.
Yeah, everybody's it's full right now, so you're good. As you guys are walking through this geode city, you see more of these crystalline people shapes that, as they're traveling to and from, are these loose-fitting crystals, but as they have to stop to interact with one another, they form into more solid crystal people, and then back apart again and swirl off to do whatever it is they're doing.
Are there any other races other than us there?
You only see crystal folk.
Okay.
And you eventually make it to a large building in the center of this geode city with steps going up to it. It's obviously an official government building.
Pretty.
I'm
Well, I
sensing
guess we go
bureaucracy
up.
incoming.
There's more guards, but they don't stop you because you've got your little crystals. You make your way to the magistrate's office, and there's a big chamber there's a smaller swirling crystal shape that, as you enter, forms into a humanoid that standing there with a clipboard and a little crystal bow tie. Welcome to the magistrate's office. How may I help you?
Hello, Magistrate. We are the Gnome Retrieval Unit, here to retrieve that pesky gnome you've got on your hands.
Oh, I am not the magistrate. I am his assistant.
Oh,
Would you like to
Bureaucracy,
speak
I
with
told
him?
you.
Yes, please.
And it breaks apart. It swirls down the hallway.
I'm never going to
Two
get used
swirls
to that.
come back. And the second humanoid comes together, and he's got a big crystal mustache that comes out and swirls around. Somehow, big poofy crystal pants. They're a little ostentatious. He holds out a stiff crystal hand towards you.
Hello, I am Magistrate Berderus Rapskillianson.
I'll shake his hand. Hi, we're the GRU. We're the Gnome Retrieval Unit. We heard that you got a gnome that passed through here that got detained a little bit ago.
Ah yes, the trespasser. You are here to retrieve her.
Yes, we are.
her?
Her.
Yeah, her.
Okay,
Yeah, sorry,
yes,
the lady.
that's a match.
Yes.
By what authority are you retrieving our prisoner?
It worked really well last time. Go
I was
ahead,
going to say,
Kanae.
well, are you familiar with the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild? And I bend over and show my certification.
I am familiar with the guild. I do believe that my jurisdiction does supersede your own, though. this is my realm, so
But it's our
my prisoner.
It's our citizen.
Please,
Trespasser.
please
Are
excuse
you
them.
sovereign and do you perform foreign negotiations, magistrate? We are a foreign entity.
yes, and I am aware.
Okay. We would like to discuss trade relations with you. You know, see if we
Basically,
can sell you some stuff, see if you want some of our stuff. We can both profit greatly from it. There's so much potential for a bright future together, wouldn't you say?
You know what a good trade might be? So there was this stone tablet
I
that
grab Mary by the arm and I take her behind me and I say, think of all of the money that you could earn by importing these foreign goods. I'm pushing her behind me.
or think of what the tablet could stop from coming into your realm.
I'm trying to offer him something that he would be silly not to accept.
While I appreciate your offer and negotiation skills, I'm afraid we have already entered into an agreement.
with whom?
With the gnome?
No, we would not enter in an agreement with a prisoner. That would be odd.
Then what agreement?
With who? For what?
I don't believe you have the clearance for that information.
We have been authorized, I show my stamp again, as the gnome retrieval unit to go into and negotiate with foreign lands. It looks so official. I tap it on and tap it off because it's magic.
Yes. I am fully aware of the guild, but that is not who our agreement is with.
Who is it with, might we ask? You can tell us.
You can try a persuasion check.
Yes, Kane.
I'm pretty persuasive, but I rolled a 2, which is less than persuasive.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to help. That's advantage.
Okay, that's 13.
Again, I don't think you have the clearance for that.
How do we get the clearance, Clarence?
Wait. It's okay if we don't know who you're interacting with, but what's your plan for the gnome?
She stays here.
Forever?
You're holding our citizen hostage?
She trespasser. She trespassed.
Would you like to do a citizen exchange?
You have one of our citizens?
Not yet.
Well, we do have something of yours. It is, so just, I kind of forget, what's the status of the rock? Where is the rock? Are we holding the rock in his presence?
No, didn't it stay?
Oh, it's in our
Nope.
world,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're in it.
Okay.
Just what I was trying to barter with in the first place.
Well, go ahead.
I don't think we can bring a rock that we're in to
We can smash
inside
a
the rock. Kane's
So-
sort of debating it, and his mind is melting, thinking that he's in a rock and he wants to give people a rock that he's inside.
So we actually know a portal that many creatures of yours has been escaping. And we would really hate for one of your citizens to go through that too. So, in return to giving us the gnome, we will let you take that off our hands.
I believe we have some birds, a turtle, a tortoise with shiny gemstones already. We have several of your citizens, and we'll continue to have more and more unless we do something to fix it.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention. And he
Nods at the other shape and says,
close the boundary again, please.
Oh, no.
Just out of curiosity, with the boundary closed, how do we get home?
We can't.
Indeed.
Okay, then.
I'd like to do an insight check on this dude who doesn't want to commercially benefit and just wants to eat us. What the heck's going on here?
And also, he was twiddling a mustache, which is a decidedly evil thing to do.
Yeah. 13 on the insight check. I'm level 2.
yeah. He doesn't want to eat you.
No, yeah, he's crystal. But, why is he being a dick? Why is he not being
Why
nice?
is he being a jerk?
You get the feeling that he's not really seeing the benefit of giving you guys really any give in this situation. He's already said he's got a trade agreement in place, and now he knows the border's was open, so that's fixed.
I mean, the person in your land kind of revealed that. So, like, other than feeding us and sheltering us for the rest of our lives, what's the point of having prisoners? Like, how does that benefit you? We're not numerous enough to be free labor, so what's going on? I mean, I understand why we lock up people in real life. Why is this guy?
You can win your freedom from elsewhere. We do like to be challenged.
Now you're talking my language. What sort of game do we got here?
With that, his smile gets bigger, and he twirls his mustache.
I pretend to twirl a mustache that I don't have.
You must beat me in a game of fate stones.
Deal. I don't know what it is.
He shakes.
I shake as well.
All right, you've entered into an agreement with a fate
What
creature.
is fate?
Dumb, did I mention?
Yeah.
It's good role playing.
Yeah, you can't break that.
Might be
No.
the end of Kane. It's good role playing.
Good thing it wasn't
miss you,
Pidge.
buddy.
It's
What?
amazing he's
Good thing
lasted
it wasn't
this long,
Pitch.
let's be honest.
There's no coming back for Pidge.
Yep. One and done.
Fey creatures generally do just like to mess with people, so that's one of the reasons that he's just sort of,
Being a jerk.
yeah. Also, crystalline people just don't have a lot of expressive behaviors, just because they're made of crystals.
You and your team will meet in the arena.
My team, oh, well, I don't know if they're going to agree. I'll tell you what, maybe throw in some treasure, the gnome, what else do we want? Delicious meal. And then maybe they'll join me. I don't know, I can't say. I'm not negotiating for them. That's not fair. You want to be fair, don't you? And I twiddle my fake mustache.
I'd go in the arena with you.
Thank you.
Ugh.
That was the perfect sound.
I'll go. Just because somebody's got to be able to hold your back, and the one with Fey advantage.
Yep.
Dwarf, you in?
Yep, I'll go along too.
All right.
Excellent. This way.
And he kind of breaks apart, and you can follow him down the hallway. Behind the building, as you're on this balcony, the courtyard behind the magistrate building clinks and shifts and turns into this little arena. People start gem flying into the seats, and it fills up rapidly with little clinky cheers of excitement.
I start doing like wrestling moves, like the Hulk Hogan where he does with his ears, where it goes like this, and try to get the crowd riled up and get them on their crystal
They're all
feet.
very excited. They all cheer.
Woo!
I'm just
Yay!
gonna
Has
shake
anyone
my-
heard of Fate Stones before?
No.
Nope.
Well, I guess I should check.
History check?
History check? Nat 1?
Nope.
Nope.
History.
18.
Let's see, -1, 9.
Yeah, history's plus
Uh,
0. So
Yeah,
18.
I got a 4.
Wow.
I would say even with the 19, I mean, there are some games that could be maybe called Fate Stones. You're not sure if that's got anything to do with this. hard to say. But no, it doesn't seem familiar. Maybe it will once it gets started.
Perfect.
The magistrate turns to you. Kane. He says,
Are you ready for the most exciting, dangerous, and challenging game that you have ever experienced in your whole entire life?
I was born ready to face the most challenge, and then I repeat whatever you just said there.
What are the rules of this game?
Oh yeah, that's a good question actually.
I will leave my assistant to explain. I must go ready myself.
And he breaks apart and flies off. The assistant swirls up in front of you. But instead of doing more stiff voices, I'm just going to tell you how this game works. So out in the arena, you see 2 long, straight tracks.
Bowling.
At the far end,
It's bowling.
there is circles in the ground,
Shuffleboard.
kind of like a bullseye. And there's 2 of them on
Oh, it's
either end.
hurling.
They're big. Circle
Wait,
gets the square.
I'm Canadian, so I should get the advantage on that for sure.
And there are large gray stones on this end, big enough for someone to ride on.
Oh.
Okay.
Those are the fate stones. So
This
you will
is
have
like in-
someone.
In Good Mythical Morning, when they like take food and they put it on the stone and then they push it towards the end. Keep going.
You have to have the Master of Fate, which will be the person on the stone that will be steering it. You have the Benefactor, who starts the stone along its path. And then you have 2 mentors that rush ahead of the stone to smooth the way for fate to reach its
In
destiny.
like a sweeping motion, you might say.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Hurry hard is a word you might use. Let's see if I throw out all my curling expressions, which unfortunately, being a Canadian, I should know more, but that's about it.
So, you have to decide which of those roles you would like. We'll start with who wants to be the Master of Fate and ride the Fate Stone.
What about a
Probably
team
someone
captain?
strong.
Is there a way we could have a 5th?
So probably someone strong would be the Master of Fate, right?
No,
'Cause they've gotta
whoever pushes.
push.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pusher would be the strong one, and I'm pretty strong.
Yeah.
I think the Master Fate is probably more a dexterity thing.
Yeah.
or
Which
steering
one's
it, I
on
think
the-
she
so-
said.
Pusher is Frerin. And then the person on the stone.
I'm pretty
Dexterity, you
dexterous. Somewhat dexterous.
How much do you weigh?
I have it somewhere, but it's normal. Tiefling
More than
amounts.
40 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also,
Oh yeah, let's
we're
throw
gonna
you. Good
do
point.
this as more of like a skill challenge. So if you can explain to me why the skill that you want to use is applicable, then you can
I was trying
You
to
have
see if I could get the gnome on
more
our team.
things.
Oh.
Well, you have the assistant to appeal to. You can try to appeal to the assistant. The king is, or the magistrate has already zipped off.
So is there
Can I get-
a way we could substitute one of us out for a 5th?
I only see 4 of you.
Oh,
Where would you get a 5th?
Oh, you're looking for proof of life, aren't you?
or just
Aw.
to get her out here, where
So we can all
could-
dash away if this goes bad.
just to have her
Pretty
with
clever.
us.
Don't have the fly spell, but that's a good idea.
Just to have her with us, so that way we know we could protect her. We could know where she is. We have a fifth in mind. We just got to make sure we could do it.
The Fate Stone champion of our former land. Delaney is very skillful at this, and to play a game without her performance would be such a waste.
All right.
What?
Persuasion check.
I'm very bad at that. I get a -1 at that. Oh god, here it goes.
I'll try it.
Oh. Yeah,
Against
someone else.
Against
Maybe
the
I
Fae.
assisted
Well,
you.
I was going to say, since Amiri had already started the negotiations
Yeah.
and you were sort of adding to that,
Yeah.
I would say that you're assisting Amiri.
Ooh.
So Amiri would get advantage.
Don't I already get advantage against Fae Charm?
Well, it's not you're not saving
Every
against
fairy
anything.
thing she touches, she gets advantage.
Yes. Fae. Ooh, that is... So, persuasion, that's 12. And 17.
Oh, warlocks.
Okay. I see no reason why we could not make that happen. One moment. And he flits away. And then a little while later, he comes. Well, we'll say they, because, it's a crystal person. Who knows? So they come walking back. Beside them, hands in her pockets, just sort of moseying alongside, is what you assume is Delaney.
I call
Dervish.
out in Gnomish, Captain Delmar sent us to rescue you, Delaney. In Gnomish.
And in Gnomish, she'll shout back, "Oh, good! I was afraid I was gonna get stuck here." And she kind of looks to the crystal person who nods, and she jogs over to y'all and puts her hand out. She's, well, I guess you know who I am, and you are?
Here to save you.
We're from the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild. I'm Amiri.
Oh, yeah. Nice place. Been there.
It's a really
Yeah, we have
nice
drink
place.
specials on Tuesdays.
No, we don't. Drinking is bad.
Milk's half off.
Yes, that's okay.
Half and half,
So,
though, full price.
What exactly do we have going on here now? I've been trying to talk my way out all morning, and it hadn't got me nowheres.
We're gonna have to play a game of Fate Stones to try and get out of here. I just wanted you with us so that way we knew where you were and when you were alive. And now we can protect you now that you're with us.
Oh yeah, they've been good to me. It's real boring here. I'm gonna be honest, but they ain't hurt me or nothing.
Well, hopefully you're good at this game.
How long have you been here?
Just since this morning,
Okay.
when my ship crashed, and
Just checking.
She thought she was going to say 100 years.
1 million.
Actually, time's going by way too quick here, so we're gonna be missing a lot of time out in our world.
Maybe not. There's a roll.
What? Wait. What? Okay, keep
If
going.
she-
Yep, keep.
She wound up here this morning, and she's been gone a couple days.
Did you actually want Delaney to do any?
No,
Yeah, it was kind of our bargaining chip to
Yeah.
kind of...
Because then one of us will have to sit by and watch, and
I mean-
that's no fun.
What would you like her to be doing?
Cheering us
Captain.
on.
She could captain.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I am a captain, so that works out just fine.
Yeah.
I'm good for either sitting on it or sweeping. I have ideas for both.
Can we ask if we're gonna get if we can get a practice run and how many turns we're gonna get if it's just one shot? I will ask that.
You may have a practice run, and it will be best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
If you beat the magistrate, you will be granted leave of Elsewhere. And if you do a really good job, maybe he'll also send your team captain with you.
And he's probably undefeated.
Strangely, these crystalline people are pretty transparent and easy to read.
For Faye,
No, he does not always win.
That's something.
If he did, it would not be a challenge.
That's what a Faye person would do.
Yeah, the thrill is in the maybe not winning.
Okay.
I have plans about maybe being a sweeper or sitting on it. It doesn't matter. I think
You know what? I have one
I
for
think maybe
pushing
I
it
might not
down as
be-
well.
Yeah, I have a really high sleight of hand.
maybe you should be on the thing that requires dexterity to keep you on it, actually. Because I was just thinking about how I would be very light and it would just move and I would stay in place and then my butt would hit the ground. Like falling down where it used to be. Yeah.
Okay, because my plan, well, I could just tell you, but DM, don't listen to this.
Wait, just sit on the stone and do it. There you go.
I was
No,
going to
I-
get a dag.
Any plan spoken out loud doesn't work.
No, I'm not like that.
That's how shows work.
Oh. Okay, I won't tell you then.
Good. Just sit on the stone.
All right, I sit on the stone.
Pidge and Amiri are the sweepers
Sweepers.
Yeah.
or the mentors. So you go down to the arena and you can see the magistrate is unnecessarily doing some like jogging in place, picking his knees up, doing some stretches. He's got 3 other crystalline people who are also, they're doing unnecessary jumping jacks, a lot of clinking sounds. But they don't look like they're taking a practice run, but you can take a practice run. They probably have experience. So, we'll start with the benefactor. Freyrin, what are you doing?
I will make sure that Kane is on board and everyone else is ready, and then I will use my athletics to try and gauge the, based on the weight of the stone and the weight of Kane, just the right amount of oomph to get it to the bullseye on the other end.
Eh.
17 total.
Take off from the starting position, Kane. So what are you doing on top of the Fate Stone?
I'm having my invisible imp dag fly behind and push me the whole way. And he has a fly speed of, I believe, 60. Let me just check. 40 feet.
You can have
So
him
he's-
push against you when you get on the bullseye.
Right, yeah, put the brakes on, yeah.
He's a quick little bugger. So yeah, and then he'll stop me when I'm right in the middle.
Okay. So one thing about curling and Fate Stones is they spin the entire time that they're moving.
Yeah.
So I need you to give me a Constitution save.
Oh no.
Not bad. 16.
You're fine. You're able to kind of keep your food down and your eyes straight. And then what kind of check do you want to do? You've got
Probably acrobatics to stay on, and I'm thinking the combination of me staying on and my good buddy Dag keeping me in place, maybe I get advantage. Helping. So that would be 13.
And then the sweepers. Tell me what you're doing.
I seize the air and compel it to create one of the following effects. At a point you can see within range. One medium or smaller creature that I choose must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed up to 5 feet away from you. So the up to is the part that I'm focusing on. I can correct his course if he's starting to go in the wrong direction by pushing him up to 5 feet in the other direction. And I'm going to roll an Arcana check.
And I'll choose to fail this.
16.
Good job. All right, and Amiri.
Well, I don't really have anything to really kind of push against him, other than Mage Hand.
Hey,
So,
every little bit.
Well, there are big magical brooms to buff
Sweet.
the track.
Maybe a sleight of hand, maybe? To kind of just like sweep the...
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can use sleight of hand to help, like, find...
the best, like, spot on the broom to...
Well, like, when you're polishing something with, like, really, really fine grit sandpaper, and you gotta do it, this way, this way, this way, to make sure there aren't any...
Yeah, she's the precision we need at the end to really just nail it.
Yeah.
Okay. Rolling?
Yeah.
21.
I go.
Perfect.
Ooh.
We all used our good rolls. Now let's actually do it.
That's what I was thinking too, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
You speed along the track. Your team is doing everything they can to make sure you're getting where you need to be. And as you start to drift to one side, Pidge corrects your course. Miri is up front, just polishing away, and you start to slow down. Pidge uses her gust again to buffet you back a little bit to help slow, and you just slide right into that center circle. And the crowd is all like, woo!
And
you did a really good job.
Thank you.
Can we not use that as a practice run? That was
Yeah.
No, you said it was a practice run. So the way that'll work is we'll do that. The King's team will also do that. They have the opportunity to bump yours off of the...
We can interfere?
spot.
Can
Yeah.
we interfere? Oh.
Yeah. But you'll each get 3 stones. It'll be fun.
Does damage work? Can we... So I kind of got like a sacred flame I could throw at him.
Yeah. Is this on ice, actually? I never asked that.
Yes, what is the ground?
It's crystal. Everything's crystal.
Is there any loose earth anywhere around us at all?
No. It's literally like you're in a big geode
Crystal.
Like, if you left the city and went out, you could probably get to some regular stone. But, I would say, based on Amiri's good nature, and also knowing that this is how you get out, or at least hoping that he keeps his word and this is how you get out, maybe attacking would be ill-advised.
I have an idea how to slow him down a bit.
Okay.
I got Mage Hand.
I
mean, it's only got a 10-pound limit, but...
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend trying to blow up the magistrate, I guess.
No, I was gonna mold some earth, either out from under their stone or out from under something else and then in front of their stone. But, alas, I cannot. I can't mold crystal. It's all good. Let's go, Gust.
I could cast light on their rock and...
I'm gonna throw my unseen servant, Mr. Leahy, in front of them, so they just sort of bump into this thing, slow them down a little bit, and they won't even know what hit them.
Oh, that's perfect. Don't say that as a plan, though.
I won't. You guys were all saying your plans. I wanted to get on board.
I can't do mine.
Yeah, I can't either.
Are we gonna have to use different skills for each of the 3 throws? Don't skill challenges you can't reuse a skill?
That is correct. That is something to keep in mind, but given that also You now know that you can interfere. You can use... We're just gonna... You go with what feels right, because...
Okay.
Yeah, I sort of am making you guys do life-size fantasy curling. I'm gonna be lenient with how we do the skills. Because I thought that was funny. Alright. So, the magistrate will have the course set back up. Your stone is brought back down, and the visiting team gets to go first. Roll all your things again, or if there's something you want to do different, you just tell me. But let me know what you get.
Sleight of hand still.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Because a lot of them are like mind based for a physical thing. It's harder.
I got a 14 for athletics this time for the push.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Did I have to do my constitution first? Because if I did, I assume I failed.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I rolled a
if you
4.
fail, then you do whatever your check is at disadvantage because you're
Okay, so then I break even because I have advantage from DAG.
Yep.
All right. Well, could be worse.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. And then Pidge.
15 for Gust.
And did I puke all over the place?
I don't know. How bad did you fail it?
I had a 4. Do I hold it in?
Well, you also emptied your system earlier, so I'm just going to say it's a little bile in the back of your throat and you're dizzy.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Again, you guys, even with getting sick to your stomach from this spinning, your stone slides right into that center circle. A referee on this side motions at you to hop off the stone so that you can circle back to the beginning line to mount your second stone. The magistrate's team, it's their turn. One of the big crystal guys that were the guards outside the gate, similar to that one, comes out and gives the stone a great big push. And the king hunkers down on it, and he spins all the way down the course. But seems to maintain control. His sweepers are polishing super fast, and they kind of stay a little more ahead of the stone because they can do the weird fly thing. And their stone starts to come in. Is anybody doing anything?
Yeah, I'll do that unseen servant in front, just so he smashes into him a bit.
Okay. Give me, just do an Arcana check to see how well you place him under all the pressure.
Well, apparently I don't work well under pressure. 4.
It bumps him
Can I do a,
It's like a speed bump.
Yeah, it slows him down, and so the stone comes in, and it gets almost to your stone and stops just a hair short of it. So it doesn't bump you out of the center circle. And you guys win the first round.
Yay.
We did it.
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da.
Nah!
1-0.
And he gives you a crystalline thumbs up, says,
You're very impressive. I like this.
and goes back. Round 2. Are you changing anything?
I'd like to go over to the magistrate and offer a little wager on this. Maybe try to get into his head a little
What
bit.
are you doing?
Oh, and also he shouts at one of the referees,
Have the course checked. There was something bumpy.
Yeah, that's odd.
yeah.
Anyways, what do you say, Magi? We'll put a little money on this. Say 20 gold.
I don't think they have gold.
or the equivalent of Feywild gold, which is question mark. You have gold, right?
I have the equivalent.
Perfect.
I agree to this wager.
No.
All right. Makes it a
He
little
shakes
more
on it.
interesting. Am I right? And I wink at him and twirl my mustache and really try to get into his head.
He twirls his mustache back.
And if you lose, you have to shave your head.
I'm gonna pull them away and lecture them as to why they should not be doing this.
Gambling?
Yes, gambling for one, trying to get people to shave their head for another. Not good.
Round 2. You could either end it all now, or you might have to go again. So, we'll see. The crowd is going wild. And as you guys are watching, a big crystal whale
Hmm?
swims across the sky. Just a thing that happens there.
What?
All right, I
Wow.
take
It's weird
I take-
Feywild stuff, man.
I take Kane aside, and I'm gonna do my skill check beforehand this time. I'm gonna
Okay.
use a first level spell slot. Woo.
Ooh.
To cast Long Strider on Kane, if Kane wants it.
I always
Actually,
want
no.
magic.
Yep. So your speed increases by 10 feet.
Perfect.
Ooh.
You know what? I'm
Lasts
gonna.
for an hour.
While you do that, I'm gonna cast on myself Expeditious Retreat, which means I can dash as a bonus action, which surely has to do something speed-wise.
Could I cast Cure Wounds to kind of ease his stomach a little bit?
Ooh. Just target my stomach.
Yeah, it just
Gonna have
kind of
a-
makes
Sure.
you less not want to throw up.
Maybe throw
Yeah.
a little on my abs as well while you're doing it.
I rolled a 5, so plus 5, that's 10.
That's a
Nice.
what?
I rolled a 5, so plus 5, that's 10. Such are dice.
Freyrin, are you doing anything different with your push?
No, I think
Or-
we'll go with athletics again.
All right.
You guys ready?
Hooah!
Ready.
12 this time.
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, and that's a
With
one.
advantage, I'll say, because you just
Oh, yeah.
had some tums.
I needed that advantage very, very much. 15.
Now you can have your...
So this is Longstrider. This is Expeditious Retreat. This is Dag. This is a whole bunch of things. And
with advantage, and then I'll add
11.
something at the end.
Good, because with advantage I get an 11.
Okay. I'm going to say you got a 16 because of all the expedient striding.
All the
I just thought
various
of what-
speeds.
Long Strider might look like when you're sitting on something, and I'm picturing that you grew little spider leg appendages that helped you move faster as they skitter, skitter, skitter.
Perfect.
That's disgusting.
And then, Amiri, what are you doing?
I'll do the sleight of hand again.
Okay.
So 15.
Buff, 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 buff.
It's going to throw us right in the middle.
With that, you slam into the magistrate stone that's out there and knock it completely out of the rings. And then bump the one that you had in the center over a little bit so it's in the second ring. And then now this new stone is in the center ring.
Perfect.
As the magistrates team is gearing up for their turn, are you planning anything?
Can I use like a deception or something to try to distract them?
Ooh, can you work with me? And we'll go last.
Sure. I just want to kind of distract them as
Yeah, and then as you're not looking, I gust our stones a little bit.
Yeah, their stones or your stones?
No comment. Plans spoken aloud never work.
Okay, I have a plan.
Okay.
When should I say
so
it?
they. What?
Just do it.
Okay, so I'm going to hold up the 20 gold and sort of like flash it at the magistrate and sort of
Mhm.
wink at him, do the mustache twirl, and speak something in Infernal. Just get in his mind. And this is intimidation I'm trying to do on him.
Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Roll
no.
that for me.
Against the Fae?
17.
Okay. He seems a little distracted from that, like, just as he's getting launched, he's a little like, huh? And
More
you
confused
can
than
tell
anything.
that it kind of like
I'll take it.
throws his control off. The stone seems to be spinning much more wildly than their last pass. As it heads towards your stones, you can see he's trying to correct. There is a gust of wind that does push him back and corrects his trajectory, and it looks like it's heading straight towards your 2 stones.
And I rolled a 10 for deception.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you distracting everybody?
Trying to talk to the 2 sweepers, being like,
You gotta
Okay.
distract the crowd.
I pull out Nahiri. It's pretty distracted. And I start petting. I imagine a bunch of Fae would be...
Okay.
If everybody's sufficiently distracted, I think I might try to jump the stone. Because
Well,
it's heading
it's-
straight towards ours.
I
and I've
rolled
got
a 10,
jump.
so it's probably not much.
Well,
Yeah, with an arena full of people, the 10 isn't really enough to garner a whole lot of attention.
okay, so I'll just gust the stone while no one's watching. And 11. That's dice. They're not always high, even if a +5 happens to them. So I'm going to try to gust, just like casually push our stone to the side, so it's going to be missed.
All right, which one of your stones?
The one it's heading straight towards. I'm just going to sidestep.
they're like side by side, so he's heading.
I'm going to,
Move the one that's not in the middle to in the way, right?
Right.
So if
Block.
it's barreling straight down the center aisle in bowling, I'm going to move our 2 stones closer to the gutter so that it moves in between them and falls off the end.
But then we won't be in the middle. Which is what
But
we
we'll be
wanna
on the board.
do. True too.
I'm gonna roll to see if he's able to stop.
Ah, you were expecting to run into something, huh?
Yeah. He's kind of, you can tell he's excited, he's hunkered down, and really thinks that he's gonna get you, but as he's about to slam into your stones, you just, whoof, and it's move him apart just enough that he, as you see, as the stone spins around and him on it, he's got a big crystalline eyebrow, like, cocked way up, just like, what just happened? And just slides right past them to the outermost ring on the board. So, yeah, with that, you guys have more points on the board after 2 stones.
Sweet.
And
We did it.
yeah, you win. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And also, I won a little money.
Yay.
Putting
Ugh.
plus
I like
20
food
gold.
stones.
Did you win money? What did you win?
Yeah.
What piece of Feywild are you taking back with
Oh, yeah,
you?
yeah. That's a
Nothing.
good point. I put
Something
it in
I-
gold.
Something I will be donating to Azrene's.
Well, Kane, the king is true to his word and will give you 20 gold worth of sapphire. Which,
Yeah.
as you look around, you realize, oh, yeah, that's probably a lot of that here.
Perfect.
I'm
Because
just picturing coins made out of people.
and it's a weird place.
Yeah.
But because you guys
I mean,
so deftly maneuvered your stones, it was almost artful. He will gift you not only Exodus from Elsewhere, but allow you to take your team captain with you.
That was part of the deal.
Yep.
Thank you, Magistrate. Have you considered franchising this sport? Perhaps we could go into business together. Just a thought. Bye.
And you guys are unceremoniously shoved out of Elsewhere and find yourselves in a broken ship in the middle of the forest. And it looks completely normal. And the stone is laying there seemingly inert.
I touched the stone.
No.
Nothing
Oh my god.
Round 2.
Should this be something we bring to Azarine? I mean,
It's harmless now.
I mean, it's harmless now, so.
Well,
Oh.
ask Delaney what she was transporting. Was it the stone?
Yes.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, this is it. Came all the way, had to go across the seas to get this.
Did it
Didn't know it did all that, though. That's crazy.
and that happened while you were flying, and that's what caused you to crash?
Well, no, there were these 2 great big leathery bird things that came out of the trees, and
Don't worry, I
Just,
pooped on them.
yeah. So it's just me on the ship because I didn't think I needed a whole crew, and yeah, so that wasn't fun. And it's going to take me forever to pay off building a new ship, but hey, I'm alive! Woo!
Yay.
Hey, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Well, Des and Digby and Dana are about 20 minutes, I think, over that way, and I will point back to where we got off the ship. So if you want to gather anything up, we can escort you back there and get back to Nicomoy, although I might end up walking.
How much time passed while we were in there?
Ah.
Oh, is this math involved?
No. So, let's see. Since you asked, Emiri, roll me a d20.
Oh no.
What kind of check, or just straight?
Just a d20.
Just to see how many years or decades have passed.
Is it snowing?
16?
Alrighty. When you make your way back to where the ship that Digby, Dana, and Des were at, there's no longer the ship. Instead, it's like a little command center. There's tents. There's people in like
Oh boy.
adventuring get up, and they look up as you approach, and it's Des. Oh man, okay, guys, they're back, and all these people start running up, and
Yeah, we're back.
Checking. You've been gone. Oh man, we couldn't find. Where were you guys? You've been gone for weeks. We couldn't find you nowhere.
We've been around Feywild.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
And they immediately throw emergency blankets on you and give you warm cups of soup.
Do you have any gazpacho?
Check you
I'll
for
accept this
exposure.
Could I get a couple extra things of soup for my friend Moxie? She might enjoy this.
Yeah, they'll give you all the soup you want.
That's right.
They're just so relieved that you're there and you're alive.
She
and,
loves
like,
soup.
There's a whole gaggle of gnomes that are just all hugging Delaney, and Delmar's there. There's like 20 of these gnomes, and people are coming in. You see some guild members also.
Yeah, me and Moxie got
Coming in.
kind of close, so.
Yeah.
Is there any dervishes there?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's like 20 of them.
Okay, I have a very important question for one of them.
All right,
Uh,
you go up to? Are you looking for one in particular, or just any
if there's
one?
one
of
I
them?
recognize as a dervish, yeah. I'm gonna show him my VIP ticket and say, "Has this expired?"
Oh my god.
He wipes a little tear from his eye from happiness. Oh no, we actually had to postpone the start of the
Oh, thank
season.
God.
So, you're still good. Yeah. Oh,
You can still scalp it.
Yep.
And you were celebrated, and everyone's super happy. And you weren't gone for years and years, which is good.
Yay!
Yay.
And
It's still 49. Wait, yeah, 49590, right? Everybody.
I'll take your word for that.
and you hand over the stone and everything.
What would technically Christ be? Because would that be like B? Ace? It's not really Christ, so it's not AC or DC or whatever.
It just
Yep.
depends on whatever caused the shift. Like if whatever big event
So if it
that
was
started time.
before the
Who knows?
shift, it would be BS.
Yeah, after the shift. Yes. So you're giving the stone and the report and everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you will get paid your. Oh, it is on this page. You get your 150 gold pieces. And
Woohoo!
and an additional 25 gold pieces for
Nice.
the unexpected time lost.
I'm going to donate that to a children's
dwarf?
orphanage.
A dwarfenage?
And you guys get to go back to Port Nikamoy, and everyone is happy. Even-
Yay!
Yay.
Yay.
We
And Jerome-
saved the day.
You did. And you didn't make a spirit angry. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Oh, you wanted to plug
days.
something.
Huh?
You wanted to plug something.
Oh, yeah. I can
And
do
so
that
do
in
I.
just a sec. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today for Fire Breathing Kittens. Today we were joined by Pidge,
Bye-bye! I lived!
Kane,
I also lived. Boy, did I.
Ferran,
We'll see you next time for hopefully an underground or at least on-ground adventure.
well, you were inside a stone for part of this one.
I
So.
like that part.
Yeah. And Amiri.
We rescued the gnome and some orphanage. Got a pretty good payday. It's a good day.
All right. Tune in next time for whatever crazy adventure that's in store. And if you live in the Southeast U.S. and like going to cons, check out Connuga online. It's the third weekend in February in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We have lots of events, lots of gaming. I'm running the tabletop gaming section, so check out www.Chattanooga RPG Society for details on how to sign up for games.
And if you want to see someone, for some reason, review every spell, monster, and location within the Forgotten Realms, you can do so on YouTube by going to the alphabetical DM. That's me.
Thanks, bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. You can find more adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore Fire Breathing Kittens, all one word, podcast. We also have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Go to Redbubble.com and search for works from your favorite characters such as Frath, Amonist, Azreen, and more.